Yeah, we're live.
Hello.
All right.
And we're back. Oh, someone got the audio in. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to Three Men and a Monkey Lizard and their toys. Thank you for joining us, the home of light-hearted TV, toy, movie, and video game fun. Of course, also we've got the odd monkey lizard. I am your host, Bob Brum, and on your panel this evening, he's the dude. So that's what you call him. That or his dudeness or Duda, El Duderino, if you're not into the whole brevity thing. It's a dude's nerdery.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, guys.
And of course, we've got the king of customs, the stop motion master, the Pacific Coast Paul Oakenfold from Oakhurst Studios, Hulk Smash Hey Vern.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
He's a DJ producer, a toy and video game collector, an average jester, but he is an incredible lover, and he is the leader of the Quackian Monkey Lizard Army. It's Lacious Rom. Hi everyone, I'm back. The Monkey Lizard's back. We got Mr. Rush with us in the house as well. It's going to be a good one. Strap in tight, people. And we've got, it wouldn't be the same. No show would be the same without the man, the myth, the legend, the action figure review maestro, the short video sensei. It's YouTube's finest, Sean Solo 8.
Hey guys, what's up? Glad to be here again. And we have a wonderful guest today, so we're going to have some fun.
We do. Our special guest this week is the quintessential collecting connoisseur. He would like you to think that he's in a hurry, but he always seems pretty calm to us. He loves spiders and has a penchant for East German bodybuilders. He is one half of the Legion of Doom, but only DCB June knows if he is a hawk or an animal. Oh, what a vintage toy rush. It's Dave from Vintage Toy Rush.
Oh, wow. I've never been introduced like that before. Amazing.
Hey, Dave, welcome to the show.
Thanks for hanging out, Dave. Welcome.
Thanks for being here, Dave. That's awesome. Well, as you know, Dave, we've got plenty of questions we've got for you. We'll get to those in a bit, but you know what it's like. You know how this rolls. Our community is the most important thing to us. So it's important for us to welcome everyone that's joining us in the chat. So let's move over to the chat. I'll call them. Everyone else will respond. Who have we got today? We have Mr. Imperial Communique. Greetings.
What's up, Anthony?
Hey, long time no see, bud.
He's back for his second week.
He's in Communique
by the way,
because...
Vern and I like to talk at the same time. All I wanted to say was, Communique, I looked on your Instagram account, and for those Doctor Who pictures, and I couldn't find them. So if you ever get a chance, man, I still want to see your collection.
We've got the apprentice Ewok in the house. It's our very own cuddly murder bear, Brandon. Hey, guys. Tina is in the house. Chill with the cats. It's the Star Wars cat lady, Tina.
Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Tina just want to point out that this is Free Men. Laugh out loud. We can't do our maths over here. Mr. Imperial says, I'm in stealth mode today as I'm on set today. We have Mr. Smuggler's Canyon in the house, the Star Wars collector with the best hat collection in the community. He says, good evening, guys. Great to see you all, and hi, Dave.
Hello, Smugglers. He just did a video, actually. He did a pickup video, and he showed several items that he picked up, really awesome Star Wars. But he had one Rambo character, but he didn't have all the accessories. I've had a look in my cupboard, Christian. I've got some accessories for your Rambo, so he's going to be all kitted out soon.
Nice.
If anybody in the chat can put a link to Smuggler's Canyon's YouTube page, please do so. Or if any of you guys can do so, Smuggler's Canyon is an up-and-coming YouTuber. I say up-and-coming, but I think he's been around the scene for ages. We definitely need to get him on the show because he's revealing one bit of a collection at a time, and I've got a feeling there's some more goodness to come from his channel. So check out Smuggler's Canyon for sure.
Absolutely.
We have Mr. Josh in the house. He says, hello there, Vintage Toy Rush, and Free Man and a Monkey Lizard.
Hello, Josh.
And he's saying hello to the chat.
Hello.
Mr. Jonathan Redmond is in the house. He says, evening panel and chats.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming.
Hey.
Everyone's favourites, Red Ranger Chris. He probably does more for the community, more for us collectors than anyone else. He's always retweeting, promoting our content. Thank you for joining us again, Chris. You are very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
It looks like you're getting some love, Dave, from the Imperial Communique.
Oh, he's great. I saw him last time round. Awesome.
Brandon, here is Vintage Toy Rush's YouTube channel. Please, if you've not done so, he's just past 400 subscribers. But to be honest, the quality of his content, he should be way over that by now. So we need to get a boost on those subs. I couldn't see that you've changed your URL though, Dave. I don't know if you've done that or not. But I was trying to find. Oh, have you?
It should just be /Vintage Toy Rush.
Okay, cool. And Brandon has also done me the good favour of putting up Smuggler's Canyon's web address there. Okay, we have a new player in town, and he's taking YouTube by storm. It's Mr. John Joker. He's saying, hello, Mr. Rum and Freeman, as well as Vintage Toy Rush. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Joker.
Chris says, thanks, guys. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Oh, we have the man himself, Luke Hoff off podcasts. It's his birthday coming up this weekend. He's going to be doing some streaming on Sunday. Everyone, I'm sure we're all going to wish Luke a happy birthday for this weekend.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hello. People are saying hello to each other. Okay, cool. That's good. Well, we got through that in a very efficient manner, I believe. That's unusual for us. We're normally scrambling around, but that seemed to work pretty well. So thanks, everyone, for joining us. We have got an amazing guest today, so we have got some questions for him. We always start off talking about toys, Mr. Rush. Obviously, we do go off into movies and things like that, and actually, there's a lot of linkage between those anyway. We're all amazed by your James Bond videos and looking forward to seeing part 2 of that. The first question I had, though, it's a bit of a cliche one, but we do genuinely want to know, is when did you first start collecting, and what was the first toy line that you originally became interested in?
Oh, well, there's a question. Actually, regards to toy collecting, I'm a relative newcomer. About 7 years ago, I think I started on the toy collecting. But before that, I collected all sorts of other stuff. I was particularly interested in antiques and old things like classic cars and automobilia. So that's where I kind of started out. But it wasn't really until through my son that I got into the toy collecting. My son also got the car bug, and he wanted the little die-cast corgi cars and stuff like that, but he wanted the old stuff. He wasn't very interested in the new stuff. I think he just got it from me. So I go to toy fairs, and in the UK we often have a lot of smaller toy fairs which just specialize in die-cast cars and trains, for the sort of older collectors, if you like. But as I was going around looking for cars for my son, and my son's picking out stuff, I noticed, oh, look, there's a figure that I remember when I was younger, like a $6 million man or whatever it might be. So I pick one up, and then before you know it, I'm, going to the bigger toy fairs and starting to collect more seriously. That was about 7 years ago, and now I specialize, if you like, in 70s and 80s vintage toys. To me, that's the sort of classic era, if you like, for this stuff. And as the name of the channel suggests, I'm more into the vintage stuff rather than the modern day. Not that I dislike the modern day stuff, but my heart is in the vintage, because that's that's where my heart's always been, in collecting older stuff and restoring older stuff as well, which is what I do for toys as well. The first line, what was the first line? I think the first line probably was Action Man.
Yeah.
I remember Action Man back in the day, and there's a great guy that I met at one of the local toy fairs called Dave Lebec. He's quite well known, I think, in the Action Man world. And I got talking to him at a fairly small toy fair. He had wasn't a huge table, but he had a small table of Action Man stuff, and I couldn't help myself. I just had to pick up some Action Man. So that's really where it started for this collection room.
And there's a real heritage of vintage toy collecting in the UK, and I go to some of I know we've been on lockdown for a while, but the fairs and all the shows are going to start rebooting hopefully at some point later on in the year. Are there any of those that you go to that you can point out? Like I go to NEC, and there's one in Coventry I go to. Are there any that you're a regular visitor to pre-lockdown?
Oh yeah, I love those toy fairs. The main ones are NEC, so I always try and attend the NEC. I love they do an NEC show just after Christmas.
Yeah,
a couple of days after Christmas.
Yeah.
Always head there as part of the sort of Christmas tradition. But more locally for me is Sandown, which is at a racecourse in the UK. That's a fantastic toy fair. There's also Kempton, another racecourse based toy fair. There's a whole bunch of smaller ones around where I am as well. I always try and attend those because you never know what you're going to find at those smaller ones. Those smaller ones, I tend to find better deals because they tend to focus more on the sort of trains and the cars, and then there'd be the odd, piece of gold, nugget of gold of a vintage toy that perhaps they don't realise is quite as valuable as they thought, and you can just go in there and pick up a nice bargain. I love going to all those toy fairs. It's a real shame just during the lockdown. Of course, we've been totally locked down in the UK, and of course we haven't been able to go. So hopefully soon, if all is good, we'll be back out there, and maybe we'll be able to meet up at the NEC. Who knows?
That would be wild, and it's wild that we probably have bumped into each other but not known each other before. I've met Aaron a couple of times because he always has a stall there, Empire Toys, but never in the guise of I'm Bob Rum or this is Salacious. So I'm going to be taking Salacious to the next one. So he'll be on my shoulder when we're walking around.
Yeah. Hey guys, what is the NEC for those of us on this side of the world?
So it's basically an exhibition centre in the centre of the UK, based in Birmingham. It's a huge exhibition centre. You get concerts and all sorts of other stuff going on there. So the NEC Toy Fair is based in one of the really large buildings that they have in this exhibition centre. So you go in, and it is the largest toy fair, I'd say, in the UK. Yeah. And you go in, and it's just rows upon rows of stalls. It's an amazing place to go and hunt. And it's bustling. There's lots of people there. It's a great day out.
That sounds amazing.
and you're right, Mr. Rum. You see, like Aaron's there, Empire Toys, Bizarro's Pieces, Robo Toys, Andy's Toys. All those guys I've met at these fairs. And it's only during the lockdown that I've sort of actually come to know them better online rather than in face to face.
Yeah, it's really amazing because like everything in your room is actually history. Like 200 years from now, because toys, this is really what kicked it off, is everything that you have surrounding you. So it's really is amazing, and we should all be thinking about probably capturing some of that because 30 years from now it's going to be in the history books. Like what like the what's that show that's on Netflix, The Toys That Made Us or something? But it's real. It's a real deal.
I mean, I want to sort of, I don't know what to call this room yet. Maybe if anyone's got an idea, but it's like an archive, a museum, whatever you want to call it. It's a sort of snapshot of pretty much
a time capsule.
A time capsule of what was around in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's something for everyone in the chat. Let us know your right. Let Dave know your ideas. We've got Mr. Bounty Hunter Network in the chat. He's here. Mr. Mark Shabby has joined us. Mark says, "Yo, me and Jen are sat watching you guys. Hello, everyone."
Hello, Mark and Jen.
Hello, Jen. Oh, Mark's there too. That's cool.
Mr. Rez says, "Hey, Josh." Just talking to Josh in the chat. This is the way. So I just want to catch up on some of this chat. We've had a bit more since we started that question. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That's the way this community rolls.
Yeah, we got AJ in the house. AJ's been really active on Twitter, sharing his collection the past couple weeks.
Man, yeah.
And guys, I gotta say, I'm always impressed with Shabby and Jen, because I can't imagine going toy hunting with Mrs. Dude or watching a live stream with Mrs. Dude. So I actually think that's cool. You guys can, it's cool that you guys can share this together, because that's definitely not going on in my house.
Yeah. Well, didn't DCB June's a good? Did she buys you some great stuff, doesn't she, Dave?
Yeah. DCB June's so supportive. I'm really lucky. In fact, she painted this room for me when this was going under construction. But she always comes to the toy fairs with me. Absolutely supportive.
Yeah, speaking of Mark and Jen, they posted that Freddy's Steak Burgers like maybe a month ago, and I told my missus, I was like, "Oh, my friend on Twitter, Mark, posted that they went there, and we went there, and it was really good." So, our community is just so awesome. It's not even funny. But I went to Freddy's because of you, Mark. I appreciate that, and Jen.
Steve-O says it's 7:00. Time to rock, MoNKey-LiZaRD style. What up, cool kids? Here's AJ. What's up, everyone?
What's up, AJ?
Oh, that's AJ. Is it Drake's Cat Show? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right.
Yeah, I always like when people's YouTube and Twitter are just slightly different, so it always makes you question. Do I have this right?
Am I looking at the right person?
It keeps me on my toes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Earlier when you were talking about Action Man, I wanted to ask you. You're talking about 12-inch?
Yes, 12-inch Action Man. So Palitoy in the UK licensed it from the G.I. Joe in the States. They called it Action Man, which meant that they could go outside of the realms of military. So they had all sorts of different outfits for Action Man. And then, they had their own innovations as well. So I think it was the flopped hair and the gripping hands came from Palitoy. So basically, there's a cross-pollination between G.I. Joe and Action Man.
Yeah, I have a bunch of the Adventure Team figures.
Oh, yeah.
Those 12-inch figures. Those are the ones that I have.
Who is it? I can't remember the names of them now. Bullet Man?
Bullet Man, I don't have.
The Adventure Team, I can't remember.
I have the guy who's the spy. He had the helicopter.
Oh, yes.
Jetpack.
Atomic Man.
The snow guy that came with the Yeti, the search for the Yeti. Mm-hmm. And then there was the King Tut one. And then I have Air Adventurer and Sea Adventurers. But I love those videos. The one you did with the Royal Canadian Mountie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fantastic video.
Yeah, that was a very personal video, that one. I almost didn't put that one out. I was very apprehensive, if you like, of releasing that, but I decided to do it. And the reaction to that video has been fantastic. So, yeah. So thanks everybody for all the comments and reactions to that one.
So Mark says, sorry for being corny, but can you lads say hello to Jen? So first time watching. So we're going to do this the right way because Jen deserves this. We're going to go one at a time, and we're each going to give Jen a special message. We'll start with Salacious. Is there anything you want to say to Jen? Yeah, to be honest, there is. not many people know this, but I voted for Jen to be president. Jen was my #1 presidential candidate. I voted for you, Jen. I'm with you. I backed you all the way. Hello. Welcome to Free Man and a Monkey. So there we go. There's your message from Salacious. Dude, you got a message for Jen?
This is totally putting me on the spot. Hello. I think I already gave my message a minute ago.
Just came around.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, Salacious.
Okay.
Hello,
Sean,
Jen.
Sean,
Yeah,
you want to say
mine
hello?
was the Freddy's Steakhouse. I appreciate it, and I think you guys should post more pictures of your runs out in town together.
There you
Really
go.
enjoy them.
Vern, you want to say hello to Jen?
Hey, Jen, welcome to the show. I really do like all the artwork that you guys do on that furniture. I've saw your stuff on Instagram and stuff like that, and it looks fantastic.
Damn right.
Awesome.
And thanks for keeping Mark in line.
Yeah.
Dave, you want to say hello to Jen?
Hello, Jen. We all know that you're the brains behind the YouTube channel. We appreciate all the hard work that you put into that, and you, Mark, of course, and the rest of the family. We love your channel.
There you go. There you go. We like to do things properly on the Free Men Show. That's awesome. Salacious Room, I'm loving the Jabba portrait behind you. I know. Do you know? So I was telling Vern, I bought this print.
Me.
Somebody, I think it's the Jabba collecting channel, or somebody pointed me to this artist, this incredible artist, and I've forgotten their name. And I spoke to them on Twitter, and I bought this print from them. But there's no mention of a name in the package or anywhere. So I'm trying to now track down who this artist is. But yeah, thank you. Awesome little picture of Salacious there. Jabba looks all right, but Salacious looks cool. Yeah, but thanks for noticing that, Steve-O. Right. Oh God, I'm really behind on the chat. People are saying hello to each other. Hey, smugglers. Apprentice Ewok, thank you for posting the links. Josh is driving right now, but he's gonna make sure he subs to those later. G-Force is in the house. Say hello, everyone, to G-Force.
Hey, G-Force.
What's up, G-Force? Thanks for coming.
G-Force.
And we also have the Room Show Ignites. Just watching, you will know your stuff. Wow,
That's a great name.
Hold on a second.
We also have our uncle in the house. It's Dave. Dave Bond.
Oh, Tez.
That was funny.
Tez is brilliant. Did you see Tez and Luke on All Things 80s channel the other day?
I did.
Awesome.
I did. Yes. That was a great combination, actually, and and some deep discussions there as well that were certainly ringing true for me. So
deep discussions and crisps. You can't get better.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's get on to the next question for Mr. Rush. So we know about what started you off with toys, but what started you off on YouTube? Why did you start to create a channel? What was the sequence of events? What happened? And then what led into your first video? So there's a couple of questions there for you.
Wow, great questions. Well, I've been thinking about doing a channel maybe for 3 or 4 years, but I've just never got around to it. And it wasn't really until the lockdown, to be honest. I've been very fortunate during the lockdown to continue working, so I don't have a huge amount of time on my hands, but I just thought, I've got the evenings, I've got the weekends, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything, so let's just have a go at creating a YouTube channel. And my philosophy was, just get something out there. You'll improve over time, hopefully. Just put something out, get some feedback, and based on that feedback, iterate and improve. That's the way I always do stuff. So it was just under a year ago, I think in April, it will be my first year anniversary. I decided to actually do a live stream for my first ever video, to be honest, because I couldn't be bothered to record, edit, and upload. So I thought I'd just do a live stream. And of course, with a live stream, it just goes straight onto YouTube. And I basically spoke to myself for about 45 minutes. I didn't have the room at the time. The room was empty. It just had a pile of bags on the floor, and I literally just went round to each bag, didn't even open the bag, and just pointed at the bag and said, I think in there is such and such, because it was all packed away at the time. It was terrible. It's still on there if anyone wants to have a good laugh.
I will watch that.
Yeah, it's awful.
You know what might be fun sometime is for all of us just to put in a Twitter feed our first videos, and we can all just really cringe in horror. Oh, dude, mine's awful.
Mine's on my bed would just be fun to going, see. It's really bad, and it's on my bed. Like I swear,
that's awesome. Yeah, mine was on my desk in the office nerdery upstairs.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to start, right? This is the thing about YouTube.
Yeah,
I think going live though.
Without starting,
that's
dude. Going live. That's an intense way to start.
Straight in there. I had no one joined the live chat. In fact, I remember saying that at the beginning. No one's likely to join, but I didn't care anyway. I'm just gonna go for it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you only live once, and that's why I decided to go for it. You know? And this live stream, I was like, "Oh, I'm too old and ugly to go on," you know. And you only live once, and you know what? In 5 years from now, I'm going to look older and be uglier, and I'll regret not doing it now. So that's why I said, "Go for it. Screw it."
Dude, but you're now immortalized as that Casey Jones, dude. So you are now timeless, man.
Do you guys have that picture? We were going to share it on the screen.
Oh, I'll show that. I will find that and show that.
It
so
was
funny.
Crazy when I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, that's Sean.
I'd have to take my hat off though. But
it's funny that you said that about Sean.
That's me.
Because when you were on the Pala Boys way back when you first started your channel, Sean made a comment. He said, "Hey, you look just like the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure." Do you remember that?
Yeah, the figure.
Who was it? Who was it that posted the picture? I want to find it. Who posted
it? It was like because you had like a little bit longer hair.
Lexi.
Yeah. Okay. Carry on. I'm going to find it.
Oh boy.
Good tangents.
Part of the reason for starting was one. I just thought I've got because I was a very private collector. I'd go around the shows. I talk to people, but I didn't really sort of show it to anyone really. It was just sort of in the house, and I thought, well, the collection's growing. Let's see if anyone else is interested in this. And because of the lockdown, I also thought, a lot of people might just be having a bit of a down patch. Maybe they want to follow a random dude or a random guy, with his collection, and it might bring some joy. So I thought, why not? Let's just see what happens. And that's really why I started. And to be honest, I didn't really think I was going to last. I thought I'd try a few and get bored with it and then, give up basically. But because of the community, this is one of the things I hadn't realized about YouTube. I thought, I'll put some videos out there. Maybe some people will comment and I'll respond and that'll be it really. But I hadn't realized how much of a connection you make with other YouTubers. It's incredible. You don't realize until you start a channel how that happens. And I, in the early days, I remember, actually before I started my channel, I was already subscribed to quite a lot of other people. We talked about Aaron and those guys. I was already subscribed to those guys. But I remember looking around trying to find new content, and that's when I discovered the Pala Boys stream. And I think really at that point, it all just sort of exploded really, and that's where a lot of connections have been made. So that for me is really the thing that's kept me going. Actually, I'm not sure I'd be going still if it wasn't for that.
And if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have met this person.
Oh no!
Oh my god, dude, that's awesome.
I think it's a good resemblance. It's a good resemblance.
No, it is. I don't mind. It's okay.
You
only live once,
Have you showed your girls this, Sean?
No. I should though, but I will after this. Now that it's officially here, so
okay.
But dude, you're set for like cosplay or Halloween or anything like that.
I know it rocks, man. That's really
just
cool.
Need a hockey stick and like a wig.
Yeah.
Or,
No, what's
or
funny,
grow your hair out.
I have a picture of that in my phone, and I'll probably have it. But when I lived in England, during the rave scene, I had the bob and the ponytail. And, I do have that picture, so it's pretty bad.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those bobs were everywhere, man. The center partings were everywhere.
Yeah, but I do have a question. You do a lot of customizing on your figures and stuff like that, I've noticed. What got you into that? Because you were talking about collecting and stuff, but I see you as a big time customizer too, or refurbisher, maybe you would call it.
Yeah, restoration rather than I'm not sure I really customize. That's something I could get into potentially, but I've always loved restoring stuff. As I said before the sort of toy world that I've now got myself into, I was tinkering with old cars and restoring those, and then sort of old tools and stuff like that. So I've always loved using my hands, because my day job, I'm just typing away on a keyboard. It's very virtual. So for hobbies, I've always liked using my hands for stuff. And yeah, I do love restoring the old toys. I do love going to a toy fair, picking up something that looks just totally battered. There's one figure in particular. It was the Mego Jaws figure. I don't know if you've seen that before. And I was going around the NEC of all places, and I saw this Jaws figure, and I hadn't actually seen it before. I wasn't aware of it, but I saw this figure and I thought, that looks pretty cool, but it was in a terrible state. And I haggled the poor guy down. I know who the guy is now, and I feel really sorry because I haggled him really hard. And I came home, and this was actually a show I went to without DCB June. I came home, and my mum and dad were actually with DCB June during that day. And I came home and I showed them what I got, and I showed them this Jaws figure, and they all looked at me and just thought, this guy's mad. It looked an absolute wreck. All the clothing was just in a state. The arms and legs were falling off and all that. And for me, that was a challenge. And I just love restoring the stuff. In fact, DCB June helps me with that as well. She's really good at getting stains and dirt out of clothing and stuff like that.
Those are some of my favorite ones. Yeah. And the way you edit them are just epic too.
Yeah, editing is, I'm going to blame Tez for that, because Tez is like the master.
I think
editing
so too.
is his day job. That's his skill set. So I take a lot of inspiration from Tez. And that you asked, how's my channel changed? My channel has changed because I learned how to use an editing tool, basically. And now I love that process of editing and playing around with it and seeing what I can do. And I'm learning every day whilst I do that. But I love the restoration stuff. In fact, unfortunately, I think the restorations have been put to the side a little bit because of the time that I put into the YouTube channel right now. But I do have a restoration video coming up soon, and I hope you're going to like that one. I certainly love putting that one together. So look forward to that one coming out soon.
Now I can tell, Dave, we've been going 35 minutes. I've known these guys a while now. I can tell from Sean's twitches and from the dude that they want to get some toys out. We normally do this. We normally do this after a few questions in. So it is toy time, everybody. So who wants to go first? Who wants to show what they've picked up?
I have mine organized this week, so I can just start right off.
Look at that.
But I got one weird one. Well, no, I'll start with the coolest one. I got this because I watched the Fwish's video yesterday. But have you guys seen that Hot Wheels Baby Yoda?
I've not seen that. That's awesome.
But it comes with a stand, and it fits with the 3.75-inch vintage collection, which is sweet. So that's why I wanted to get that.
I want that. I've not seen those at all.
It's only $4.99, but it is pretty sweet, and the detail is like really good. There's pink in his ears and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I also got another Masters of the Universe. I got Roboto.
Yes.
Oh,
he showed up yesterday. So that guy's really cool. I'll have the whole wave. I wasn't gonna get the whole wave, which is bad, but I'm also gonna join the nerdery with my Thanos.
It was inevitable.
Yes, it was. What else did I get?
Dude, honestly, you're gonna be so happy you did that. It's an awesome figure.
Yeah, but I got this, man. This was like a.
Ooh.
Oh, you were saying you wanted that.
Yeah, really bad. Final Fantasy VII Remake. The only problem is
buddy.
see that awesome face mold right there? The figure just doesn't look like that, because when you open it, and they say they're going to send a replacement is what it is, but see the inside? Just epic, man.
You're not showing us the figure yet? Oh, yeah.
See?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, pretty darn sweet.
Is she from the latest Final Fantasy game?
Yeah, it's like they go up in value. Like the last one they sold of her is like $600 right now, and that's why I wanted to get it while it was only $150, I think, for it. So it's kind of like Hot Toys price range.
Wow,
it's cool.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to do a video because she does like martial arts and she's super, super articulated. And you know how I like to twist my figures up. I just can't wait to do
Stop motion.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
Have you platinum that game already? You're a bit of a
because
platinum expert, aren't you?
On PlayStation 5, they have 4K 60 frames per second version coming out. So I'm waiting. I just stopped playing altogether until that version comes out, and then I'm going to platinum that and probably live stream it. And like we were talking about, you only live once. Might as well see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you? Is that all, Sean? For you?
That's it for me. It was pretty. Well, it was very expensive.
Wow, it's expensive.
I got a bunch of shipments coming. Like I got the archive wave shipped yesterday for the the sand people. What's that thing called? I can't think. Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
So that wave is coming, and also Old Ben and the Jawa is on his way. So
sweet.
But that's it.
Who wants to go next?
Oh, hang on, one more.
Oh, here we go. Look,
how could you forget this bad boy?
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course, this dude right here. You know, I don't know if anybody's seen that video yet, but
yes,
I have.
It's a wicked, wicked figure, man. That everybody needs to get that before because he is going to go up in value, big, big, big time. So,
what do you think about the plastic cape versus soft goods that we got?
Better.
On the 40th. You like it better than the soft goods? Really?
Yeah, 100 times better. Yep.
You did a regular review of that figure, which is awesome, but you did a short as well, and your short blew up, didn't it?
Oh, the one on TikTok right now, I released it, and in 3 hours, it's got like 5,000 views in 3 hours.
Holy cow.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a sweet one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice one, Sean. Who wants to go next? Look at Vern. Look at Vern's Vern is smile on his face. It's got to be. Look at Vern.
Am I going next then?
You're on. You're on.
So I picked these up at Target.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Sweet.
I have a case of those coming, but I don't know what's going on.
I don't collect. I've never collected a vintage collection, but watching Sean's videos, I started getting all the Mandalorian related ones.
Yes.
So I got those. And then earlier in the week, a guy I had met at Target a while back, we kept in touch through Twitter, and he picked these up for me.
Sweet.
So it was the Hulk and Spider-Man. That was from the same.
Yeah, those are amazing because those are a time capsule too, right there.
Yeah.
And are you opening those?
Open these. No, I don't think I'm going to open these.
What?
Yeah.
Open those on the cards.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's a pain. But that was these are actually, and then like after work, I went down to that same Target. I don't know if you guys saw my tweet later on that week. They wouldn't sell me more than one figure.
Yeah, I saw that. That happened with
ridiculous.
the retro collection for me. I could only get Princess Leia at the time, and the rest they said I couldn't buy.
Crazy. And then, of course, I got my Fett too.
Yeah. Oh, I seen your short where his helmet comes off. Yeah, show us that.
Yeah. So what happened was I dug around in there and I took the helmet off. It's got a lot of glue in there. I think that's what's causing that weird misshapen thing on the helmet.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's glued so tight that it's making the head. It's not allowing the helmet to like be like more round.
Is that what the head looks like underneath? Is that what the head looks like underneath?
Isn't that crazy?
What the hell? It's like
the cool thing
custom.
It's exactly the same as the head that's on under the Remnant Stormtrooper and the new body mold Stormtroopers.
It's like the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that because they have this all set up and the way that it's put together, this is going to be a pretty universal Boba Fett for even a Cobb Vance and making the Mandalorian one, because this outer piece right here is just a separate piece. It's not part of the body, so the body could be molded in a different color, and then this can just be put on top. So I think
so. That's their future moneymaker.
Yeah, that's the one that I think is setting up to be able to make the many variations of Boba Fett. So that's all I got.
If you don't take that Hulk out of the packet,
how are you
going to do stop motion mini Hulk?
Well, they're only 5 POA, but you can still do it because we did that in our heads when we were kids. That's what it's all about.
If I can find another one, I'll open one. But otherwise, I'm not. I'm going to leave them on card because I'm slowly starting to get all of them, and they just look really cool as they are.
Yeah, that Hulk looks awesome. Awesome.
I mean, each one of them comes with their different title, right? You got Spider-Man, the Iron Man one, and then you have Cyclops. There's a Cyclops one, the Magneto.
Captain America looks good.
Captain America, and the Human Torch. The Carol Danvers looked really, really cool. That's the one that I picked up at the store the other day.
So if you what you need is you need a 3.75 Bruce Banner, and then you need to do an animation where he goes from 3.7 Bruce Banner to 3.75 Hulk to 6-inch Hulk to 12-inch Hulk.
I'll just use this guy.
That would work.
Indie Hulk. Yeah.
Mr. Rush, are you partaking? Have you got anything you would like to show?
I have a few things. Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. Mine are from days past, but I have a few things. The first thing I have,
mini rig
for his mini rig videos, but
Palatoy.
That's Ted's again, huh?
Yeah,
Palatoy.
That is a Palatoy one. This box actually I did clean up and restore a little bit because it was a mess. And if anyone wants to remember what it looks like inside, there we go.
I had that as a kid. Yeah.
I never had this one, but there we go.
Yeah, I watched Ted's video of that one, and that is the coolest one out of the lot. Probably.
It is. Yep. It is a cool one. That. What else have we got? Amigo Spider-Man.
I was just thinking about that.
I'm just
if you could restore something like that, that is amazing.
Yeah, awesome. The costume is a little bit, as always, this is from the 70s, late 70s, 80s, I can't remember. Yeah. But the costume's always a little bit tatty, so it needs a little bit sewing and clean up. So I'm just working on that.
That is epic.
And, Dave, where are Amigo from? Are they Japanese or American? Or it's Japanese, isn't it, Amigo, I think?
That's a good question. No, I don't think it's Japanese, is it? Amigo? No. I thought it was...
Is it? Don't you have a Hulk like that from that era?
Yeah. In fact,
I have a Hulk, yeah.
Yeah.
You have the Hulk too?
Yeah. Hang on. If I just stand up here.
Because I remember there being a Hulk too. Because I'm pretty sure I had those as a kid.
If anyone in the chat knows where Amigo are from, let us know. We're all lifelong learners here. America, isn't it? Oh, Vern's got his Hulk. Here we go. He's got Bermuda shorts on. He's going surfing.
So wicked, man. You have to admit, that is cool.
That is cool. That is very cool.
I got this one in 1974 at my birthday.
No way.
With Iron Man. I don't have the Iron Man anymore, but I still have this one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's in the package though. Look at that.
Oh, no way.
That's not original. That's a custom case, surely.
No, that is a Palatoy original.
Wow. That is minty. Awesome. You need to get that put in acrylic.
Yeah, I would maybe.
I'm not a massive fan of the old acrylic cases, but I know
protect it.
I know.
Well, protect it. I'm sure he keeps that super safe.
What else we got? I've destroyed my setup here as I was moving around. Anyway, this little guy.
Oh, another one.
That's Action Force. Skeletron.
I've never seen that before. Action Force.
Yeah, he's part of the Red Shadow.
Is that a 3.75 figure?
It is, yes. So
It's just the illusion of the camera.
yeah, this was originally a mail away, and
Okay.
yeah, he was going to be called Robo Skull. He was going to be the driver, I think, for the Robo Skull, but then in the end they decided to give the name to the vehicle. So that's pretty neat. And something slightly different. So talking of Action Force and stuff, I met this guy who's now my source for Action Force items. He's a really cool guy called Gary Atkinson. And when I bought some stuff off of him, he threw in these Coca-Cola items they're actually from Brazil. Let's see if I can get it out here. So they're actually from Brazil. They're from Coca-Cola, and you collect the Coca-Cola bottle caps, which have all of the figures on the inside. So this one is MoTo, of course. And then you end up with, if I can find the right ones.
Yeah, I'd never seen that.
No, these are apparently they're from Brazil. I've never seen them before either. So then you get these Coca-Cola bottle caps, and then each one has a different character from that line. I can't see which ones they are. My eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I think it's Skeletor here, for example. I don't know if you can see that, but that's Skeletor.
Yeah.
And so he sent me a few of them now. So I've got MoTo, Turtles one with all the Coca-Cola bottle caps. Star Wars.
Ooh.
With the
that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's got
never seen these before.
Yeah, just a collector's thing back in the day for kids. I mean, it's
yeah.
Smart.
So you collect 10 bottle caps. So what do we got here? In fact, these Star Wars ones are in black and white. So yeah, there's a Luke Skywalker by the looks of it in there.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we have anyone a Mask fan?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Mask version.
Fantastic.
And then this is my favorite, purely because of the artwork, I think. Anyone a Star Trek fan?
Yes, massively.
Yes.
There
this
we
guy.
go.
I got my Starfleet Academy.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Again with all the bottle caps. So that's pretty cool. And I didn't even know about them, and it's only because he put one in there that when I bought some other stuff off of him that I became aware of them, and he's given me the history about them all and stuff. So yeah, so I've got a few of those, and I'm going to use these to basically flash up the display. So I'm going to put them behind the various collections.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool idea.
Really neat.
I like how you do that. You've got some old annuals behind some of your displays, and makes them pop for sure.
Yeah, there's the art of the display. I don't know. I try to make it as interesting as possible, but it's not always successful.
Dude. Oh, Vern.
Oh,
I'm
DCB
gonna have
June Mentioned about the Mego Corporation. Is an American toy company that is an original iteration. It's here. Can't even say that. Was the first founded in 1954. So
wow, yeah. I'm gonna end up having to drop out here. Sorry, guys.
No worries, dude.
I'll see
Catch you later.
All right,
Catch you later.
Online.
Take it easy. Dude, you're up then. The dude is up.
All right. Oh no, my screen's frozen.
You're good our end.
Yeah.
But I can't see what I'm showing you. Hang on. As soon as he dropped, everything froze.
Oh, he's just left. Hello, everyone. Right, it's time for a sing along with Salacious. Everybody. I'll move on to my pickups then. Whilst we're doing it, we've not had much in the way of the MoNKey-LiZaRD, but you do know we're collecting these Dixie cups from Return of the Jedi. We're trying to get. There's quite a few of them that have got Salacious on, so they're only little things. But this one has obviously got a yak face. Can everyone see little Salacious there?
Yeah.
It's not the best one. C3PO there, and there's Reese. So that's our little Dixie Cup collection. It's still growing. There's still more Salacious and Jabbers out there. So then we had a massive box turn up with a load of pre-orders. I don't know how many pre-orders I've got on pre-order at the moment, but it's a lot. And I don't know why it's taking so long with some of them. So this box literally turned up from Star the other day. So in sequence, we've got, I don't know, I ordered these ages ago. So this is obviously the regular 108 battle droid, Geonosian battle droid. Count Dooku, quite a cool figure. Quite a nice hilt. Tell you what, I'm just going to turn this light off.
So it looks like you have two different droids.
Yes, this is the Gaming Greats one.
Oh,
I don't know if I think it's just
an extra blaster. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that huge blaster there. So, and then we've got Jar Jar. So I probably didn't stack these very well, but we've got the Dulux Jar Jar, which again everyone's been out for a while, but he's cool looking with his.
Very cool.
Is it the Boomba?
Yeah,
that is Boomba. And then the Dulux Boba. Obviously, you've just been showing, so he's cool. And then the two Mandalorian troopers, the Incinerator Trooper and the Imperial. I think I was talking to Vern. There is a Remnant one as well, isn't there? I think I have that one, but I think I've got that one, but I can't remember. And Dark Ray turned up. I wish we had
the
more.
Silver or the bronze?
Oh, that's a question. I don't actually know. I haven't even looked. It's a good question. We'll find out now. So what am I looking for?
The hilts of the lightsaber. Is it silver or bronze? Because I believe now bronze is probably the rarest.
That looks silver to me. Yeah. So, yeah, that looks silver. And then I know you guys, Darth Mark laughs at me a lot.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them now. So
man, I love these bloody things. I'm gonna have an army of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
So look at that little porg with his little scarf on. I love these things. I know they're stupid.
I thought they were dumb at first too, but once I seen Shartimus Prime put a video of the whole wave, I was instantly sold. They're great, really are great. And
then the 3.75 was in this box as well, Incinerator Trooper.
Yeah,
so he was in there as well. So that's quite a nice box to get. I've got another box coming tomorrow, apparently, as well. So I've got no idea what's in that.
It's good that you got those figures just in time for Easter.
Yeah. Have I got anything else to show?
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done an Easter run, knowing how greedy they are, you know?
So, Dude's back. So that's good timing. So that's my pickups for the week. Let's bring the Dude back in. And Dude, you're up.
All right. So not a new purchase, but kind of new out of the box. I opened the Endgame wave and did the Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure. So this is new to my collection this week. I'm really, really smitten with this Build-A-Figure. It's really cool. Only thing I'm bummed out about is this elbow is frozen. I've tried the hair dryer in hot water and it will not budge. So he just kind of can only stand. Of course, it's the gauntlet hand. If it was the other hand, I wouldn't care because he could just hold this thing like this and have the gauntlet like that. So kind of bummed out, but still a really cool figure. So new pickups this week. I have 6, and then I have a 7th just came. So very grateful. I'm finally in the Mace Windu Club.
Epic. So I need to be in the club.
Yeah, dude. I'm so happy to get him to start rounding out my Jedi's purple lightsaber. But that face sculpt is gorgeous.
Mind blowing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If they could all do these face sculpts this level, that'd be phenomenal. So super happy to have Mace. Some of you guys saw my first ever international order, my favorite little murder droid here.
Oh, I need him so bad still, yeah.
He is awesome, and he looks so cool next to Afra. You got all the guns, missiles, and he's got his little Iosaur in the middle. So only $31, including shipping, and showed up 2 weeks after I ordered it.
Is it still available or no?
Yeah, it's still on Amazon.
Send me the link then, because
I'll set it up.
buy it instantly.
Yeah, dude, for $31, it's totally fair price. So now I just need a 000 to complete the trio. All right, so now I hope you guys are ready for this one.
Oh, sick! I love
the general.
mine, man. Yeah,
Kenobi.
he is wicked. I don't know where I got mine at. Probably
You are
laying down somewhere.
doomed, Kenobi. Look how cool that dude is, man. Soft goods cape, 4 arms, 4 lightsabers.
His hilts go into the cape. There's little pockets for each hilt. You know, it's pretty amazing.
I can't imagine not posing him like lightsabered up. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited now. I can, not that I wasn't already excited for a Revenge of the Sith Kenobi, but now I'm extra excited. But then at the same time, I kind of want to pose him versus Anakin. So do I get 2 Kenobis and have him dueling separately? So I don't know, but super happy to have Grievous finally.
Yeah.
Then we picked up this bad boy. Also came into my pile of loot.
Oh, perfect.
Gamorrean guard.
Yeah, I need to open that guy.
Oh, dude, it's so cool. And I'm so glad. Look at that big fur cape.
Yeah.
You got large axes. I mean, he is an awesome.
Wouldn't it have been
figure.
nice to buy a couple of those? It's too bad they're like, what are they, $25 or $30?
No, they're 30. Yeah, it's a deluxe figure for 30. So yeah, and honestly, this could have been like a 2-pack for like 45 or something, or $50. You know what I mean? I think that would have been more appropriate. But
or 2 of them with a bib Fortuna would have been cool.
Yeah, man, because I want a Wanga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, you should totally have had a 3-pack like that. All right, and then we got 2 legends that came in. So these are actually Hasbro Pulse orders, and I finally can round out this wave of the House of X. We got Jean Grey, Marvel Girl from House of X. Love the costume. And by the way, guys, I think I tweeted this out, but I decided to reread House of X. I had read it 2 years ago, and it is one of the best storylines for X-Men in years. It is fantastic. And what makes it so cool is unexpectedly is Moira Taggart. She is the whole glue to that entire storyline. Whereas, in the past, I think of Moira Taggart, scientist, and then friend zones Professor X pretty hard, right? In the comics. So, and as well as the X-Men series. It's so like, you really feel bad for him in the X-Men series. He gets pretty friend zoned pretty hard by her, but she makes the entire story go, and it is so cool. So I don't want to ruin it for anyone that hasn't read it yet, but just the arc they put her through in that comic book run was really well thought out.
Well, if you just read her bio, I read in the store her bio, it's insane.
Yeah,
I want that figure really bad. It's just gorgeous, man.
Yeah, and so now what's cool is I have the whole wave finally. I had pre-ordered all 7 from Pulse, canceled 5 because I was able to get those from Amazon. Finally got these 2 from Pulse, and then you get to do the Tri-Sentinel Build-A-Figure on the back, which is going to be super cool. Yeah, cannot wait. But honestly, this is a wave where at first I wasn't going to get it, and then I casually talked myself into each figure. And now that I reread the book, I am so glad I got the wave because I love that book so much. So I highly recommend reading it if you guys have access to it. And then the last thing actually literally just got dropped off before I came down here. And wait till you guys see how this was shipped to me. So this is from Amazon, and this is the box it comes in.
I've had one of those. That's a 50th.
And sorry, I had another address here on the back. I wanted to see where I live. And, but like, why would you ship in this and not put this in another box? I mean, look at it's all bent.
Yeah.
It's all bent on the sides. I don't get it. So
I think they did that's my Deadpool was the same way. And it came.
Do you guys want to see what condition it's in? Should I open it?
Do it.
I think mine going to be fine because I had the same thing and mine came okay. I don't remember what else shipped in that thing, but they did the same thing to me.
Well, it's like with these cards, I wanted to. I mean, you guys can see. I want to put all these cards up, and I can't see it's bad.
Mine came in that, but it was in another Amazon box as well. But it was still a little bit dinged.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is if it came in this and it had another box, I'd feel better about it. But all right, let's see.
Oh, it looks.
Mother. Yeah, so it's. I don't know if you could see it, but it's curved, and then look at that.
If it's a bent bubble, yeah, that's
the bubble. The card's not so bad. Yeah, the bubble. That's not good.
I mean, the whole point is to hang this up
mint, I'd trade
on the wall. Oh, dude, the corner's bent.
I'm opening mine.
Look at that. The corner's bent in. That's so disappointing. There's just no need for that, and it's a shame Hasbro allows this, because now this is not displayable.
You got to open that if you're gonna keep it.
Well, it's kind of weird to have that open though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm returning it just out of look at that. Look how indented that is.
Yeah.
So that means that box got just drilled with impact. So maybe I'll open it just to open it, because I'm returning this just out of principle now. I'm so frustrated. It really bums me out. But
how much is one of those cards, dude?
Are these 24 that they're charging?
I think so.
I think they're not. Yeah, they're 20 quid on Amazon UK.
Yeah, 20 then. Yeah. But that, on a positive note, not to be Debbie Downer here, because I'm kind of bummed out about this, but that face sculpt is awesome.
Yeah.
It is. It is good.
Figure.
Yeah.
That is awesome. And then the card is so cool too. His lightsaber is a green color though.
Yeah, because it was like that on the original. I think
was it okay? That's
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's the back of the box. I mean, such a cool card, man.
Yeah.
What a metaphor for today, if I could have one. So that's my pickups. But obviously, other than being bummed that this got poorly packed, awesome week for pickups other than this.
So, dude, it's funny you were saying a moment ago that you weren't going to get that line of figures. I think everyone here and in the chat knew you were going to get that line of figures. And you get everything, right?
Yeah, I actually disagree myself.
No, I wasn't going to get these. I wasn't going to get these, honestly.
No. Honestly, the only thing I initially ordered was the Magneto in white, and then Wolverine, and then the Omega Sentinel. Which, by the way, the Omega Sentinel is really cool. It's a human that they inject Sentinel nanites into, and then over time it morphs to where it's 50-50, and then the Sentinel just fully takes over time. But I was only going to get those, and then just slowly by slowly, I kept adding each to the order. And Cyclops had the laser beam, and I don't have a Cyclops with the laser. You know what I mean? So I slowly justified it. But now that I have the wave, and like I said, I reread the comic, I'm extra excited for this wave. So maybe tomorrow I'll pop them all open and do the bath.
Well, hopefully you do the video. I'd like to see that. I want to see the Build-A-Figure really bad.
So we got a question. Sorry.
Oh no. So what I was actually thinking of doing was just because I have the Marvel Unlimited app, was like screenshotting frames from the comic and then comparing the figure to the comic, because I think they really captured the essence of what the artist drew. So I was thinking maybe that'd be an interesting way to show the wave.
I would enjoy that, because I haven't read it and I doubt I will. So, but I am interested in some of the characters, because every time I go in the store, they're on the shelf and I pick them up and look at them in the back. I admire them. I would love to get them if money wasn't an issue. So,
yep.
So we've got a question for you, Dave, from someone in the chat, from Smugglers. Question for Dave. Do you have any vintage G.I. Joes in your collection, or solely Action Force?
I don't have any G.I. Joes. Really, because I don't have that much of a connection with G.I. Joe. But the thing is, I think the more I hang out with Scuba Pete, I think everybody knows Scuba Pete, the more chance there is that I'm going to probably pick up a G.I. Joe vehicle or two. I think it's the vehicles, actually, that I like in that range. We'll see. It would be nice, wouldn't it, to have a USS Flag in the middle of this room as a table. I'm looking for a table. So maybe that can be my table.
And that massive ship, that they have for G.I. Joe is pretty cool.
Exactly. But I'm not familiar with the line at all, but I don't have any at the moment. Yeah,
that's like me. Not many people are like me, but I was into Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, Transformers, but I passed G.I. Joe for some reason. I don't think I liked the elbow articulation back then for some reason. I thought it looked horrible on the figures. I don't know why I skipped them.
Yeah, Action Force had some of the figures were 5 points of articulation, and then other figures had the elbow and knee joints, because they mixed up the G.I. Joe and Action Force.
Question from Lord Sadism. Do you think the kids of today will collect games from consoles when they reach our age? That's interesting. So I'm presuming you mean physical games, and that toy collecting will be a thing of the past. Put it out there.
Well, I don't think toy collecting is going anywhere, but I think at least in my house, I refuse to buy games that aren't physical media, because anything could happen or change with rights, and I just don't trust large companies, and so everything they have for Nintendo Switch, or we have PlayStation, Xbox, it's all physical media always. I still buy CDs, and they see that and they laugh at me. But I think there's something to have the tactile game versus it's just a different level of ownership. And I like collecting the games. I don't sell them back. I keep all the games. And so hopefully they'll follow that practice, so we don't lose physical content, physical media.
Yeah, I think for games in the future, I'm not sure that they will be collecting games, because everything's going to be streamed, right? If you look at the way things are going, everything's going to be streamed. So, like even today, right, with films, I could say already, I have a massive collection of films, because I can just go to any streaming service and pretty much get whatever it is that I want. And I think that will be the same with games in the future. My son is a gamer. He doesn't buy anything that's physical. It's all digital. So I think digital collections in the future are just not really going to be a thing. People will probably collect other memorabilia around the games, but not necessarily the games themselves. And toy collecting, the kids of today, I just don't think have the same attachment to the toys that perhaps our generations have had. That doesn't mean that there won't be people coming through that collect toys. I think they will, but it will be for the hobby of collecting something vintage or whatever, rather than that sort of emotional attachment that we've had. So I think it will be different. But I don't think toy collecting is going away. I hear people saying, as the older generation pass by, those older toys are going to kind of fall off and fall in price. I don't see that right now at all. I see that the old stuff still going for incredibly high prices, if not higher than ever. So if it is going to fall off a cliff at some point, I don't know when
it's like
it's going to
people
be,
buying these old black and white photos. I mean, these toys in your room are absolute history. And also, I think you're right about video games, because they just announced PlayStation 3 and PS Vita games. Almost all of them are going to be obsolete, because you have to get a signal from the server to actually play the actual game. So these games of today are going to be all gone. I think everything after Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, those games are going to be the games of our time, because those were our systems too, and Atari. Those will be history. But as for toys, I think from being on TikTok and stuff, there are kids out there playing with these figures, posing them, putting them in the grass. So there is a new generation of toy collectors becoming. I mean, but they're using Instagram and TikTok. They're not using the same media that we use. But it's there for sure.
Yeah.
My girls grew up on toys and playing, physically with toys, creating stories. They would literally sit and just narrate stories. I mean, the basement over here, I'll show you if you could see that, but all that is all their American Girl stuff over there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like Monster High, for example, my daughters, when they're older, and they can bring Monster High back out, and it'll be like Masters of the Universe to us,
Yep. Well, dude, that, and then I mean, my daughters have like a 50 figure Marvel Legends collection of all female figures, and they would just sit and play and tumble them, and I've slowly just crept them into my displays and collections. But they don't play with it anymore, but like every now and then I'll catch because they're almost 16 and 12 and a half, right? So they're just at that age, and that's okay. But I think they still cherish them, because I said, what do you want me to do with the American Girl stuff? Do you ever want to donate it? And they were both like, no, don't give it away. And I said, do you want me to put it away yet? And they're like, no, you can leave it out. And they'll just come down and like almost look, and it just gives them a good sense of, I think a good feeling. And they like having that. And I told them both, like, no matter how old you are, how cool you get, keep this stuff, because at some point, you'll be glad that you still had it. And it's a connection to your childhood, to the wonder, to the playtime. And you never want to lose that. And then, you guys don't have to have kids, but if you do have a family, it'd be really cool for you to be able to share that with your own kids and the stuff you played with, and now it's generational. And I said, worst case, you save it and you sell it for a lot of money someday because they don't appreciate in value. I mean, worst case scenario, I don't have any of my toys from childhood, and it bums me out. I would love to have
you know, that's what kickstarted my collection, because I've boxed up my daughter's My Little Ponies, Monster Highs, and all that stuff. And then once they've gotten out of collecting the figures, because I used to hunt these hard to get figures for them, these dolls.
Did too, yeah.
And I think maybe once they grew out of that, that's when I started. Because, you know, while I was looking for their toys, I always went down the toy aisle and looked at the Star Wars and whatever they had available. And maybe that's why, you know, I went all crazy about collecting, because I've always had that bug in me. So
we've got probably 150 different Barbies.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was the same, like, oh, dude, well, because it's like I was collecting through them, right? And just like you, it's like I was enjoying collecting. So like every year Barbie has 2 different movies that come out that are just, they're cartoon movies, and they have songs. Yeah. So dude, I actually can play the songs on guitar, because when they were little, I would learn them by ear and I would play it, and then they would just sing and put on a show. And I mean, you know, how cool is that to spend that time with your kids, right? But like, it's just like us with these figures. They would have like 5-6 figures from each movie, and then a couple were impossible to find. So I'd be hunting down, you know, figures, and then you have Barbie always has her outfit, and then in the last scene, her dress transforms. You know, so it's like you had to get the transforming dress and then this stuff. So they had them all, but the thing is, like, they would sit and just create stories with them and play for hours together. And I mean, so to me, that was worth every penny, and that's a big part of their childhood, which was awesome.
Yeah, see, our generation's parents didn't give a crap. They literally sold all our toys at garage sales and car boot sales where you guys are from. But what a nightmare, man.
Yeah, I remember when I started collecting again, I went back to my dad and I said, "Oh, you don't have such and such, do you? I'm sure you must have kept it." And he said, I did keep it until literally a few years ago, and then I threw it all away in the dump. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's just, I couldn't believe he did it. He was just clearing it all out. I was gutted. The only thing he kept was he kept a box, believe it or not, for an old portable cassette player that I had back in the day. Didn't keep the cassette player, just kept the box. It's mint. The box is mint. It's probably worth a fortune, but yeah, that's the only thing he kept out of everything that we had. Oh, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the good news at my house is my mom just lives up the road. I ended up moving to the same town as them, but they got a whole garage full of boxes, and we had 5 kids in our family. So I'm really excited about what I could possibly find in those. But I need to wait until they've had their second shot and all that stuff before I go rummaging through there. But I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome, man. You should definitely share what you find. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, I will.
So, guys, we're 12 episodes in, and we're quite lucky. We've got a sponsor for today's video, and the sponsor wants to has given me a video to play. So it's a bit of an experiment. I hope this works. So I'm just passing over now to our sponsor for this episode. Just got a short video to watch. Custom roasts available every morning. The MoNKey-LiZaRD Coffee House. Come and relax. It's coffee roast, not a spit roast.
At first, I thought it was going to be somebody making fun of us doing a roast.
Just a quick word from one of our sponsors there. So thank you to the MoNKey-LiZaRD Coffee House for sponsoring this episode of Free Men and a MoNKey-LiZaRD.
Thank you, MoNKey-LiZaRD Coffee House. Hey, can we? Would you guys mind if we showed our nominations for live unboxing?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Ooh.
Since I asked that, yeah, I legitimately have had an insane day, and I've been wanting to open this figure for a while, and I just have been holding on to it, and today's the day. So we've got Cable from Deadpool 2.
Yes.
Very, very excited to open this dude up and join the rest of the wave up in the basement nerdery, or the office nerdery upstairs. So no Shatterstar this week.
What? Is it just one and done? There's no option today?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I need a little joy and endorphin rush, and I have the whole wave open except for him, and I don't know, I've just been sitting on it, and it felt good and right. So we're gonna crack him open today and liberate him.
Sean's getting excited.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I'm just gonna do Tila, guys.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So
Yes.
she needs to be in my daughter so she can play with her, and I've been waiting, so it's gonna be Tila.
It feels a bit unfair to ask you, Mr. Rush. I don't suppose you can't really unbox vintage.
No, I am.
Ooh.
I am. This is I mean, you've had a first today with your sponsor. I believe this is the first time that someone's opened a vintage item.
Wow. There's gonna be people really anxious in the chat right now.
Yeah, I felt it.
I'm not ripping anything off the card. So
you've sent a tremor. You've sent a tremor around YouTube.
Yeah. The video will go viral after that. Yeah.
I'm not ripping anything off the card. Don't worry about it. But I've had this item in the cupboard behind me for about a year. It's been there because I want to do a light restoration on it. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to open it today. It's from 1978. It's from Remco. It is this energized Superman. I have no idea what it's going to be like, whether everything's in there or not. I'm intrigued to find out myself. So there we go.
So there's no window or anything like that. It's just
there is a window, but I'm not going to open it because it will ruin the surprise.
Okay.
But I've seen what's in the window, but I can't see everything there. But I'm really looking forward to opening this up.
Good. I'm looking forward to that too.
I just want to get to that segment now. That's going to be
Can we just skip ahead?
No, it's a good teaser. It's a good teaser.
This
Vern's
was the
gonna
dude.
miss out on that one.
I know. This was the dude's idea to do the unboxing, and I got to say, fair play, dude. That was a cracking idea because it's a lot of fun doing these unboxings. So I'll put it out to you. I've got any of these Black Series really. You've got a few to pick from. I never normally unbox stuff, but these Black Series.
Crowd.
These Black Series now. I do it the Mark way, and I do it from underneath and
let chat have a choice.
Yeah,
so give us some options.
You've got Dooku, you've got Geonosian Battle Droid, you've got the new Boba Fett, you've got the Gungan, you've got Gaming Greats, Jar Jar, Dark Ray, you've got one of these crazy. I hope you pick the Porg. Let's go pro Porg, people. One of the holiday specials, or you've got a couple of troopers there. So hit me up in the chat. Which one do you want me to open?
Who do you hope they picked?
I want this little Porg out. Look at the little Porg. I want the Porg out. Let's go Porg, people.
I'm in the Chewbacca camp, man. Roast that thing and eat it.
Yes.
So far, we got to count Dooku, Jar Jar.
Cool. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll come back to it.
It's one for the Porg. No Porg.
I've got to get back on this chat now. Here's a good question. Some good questions in the chat today from Smugglers. Dude and Sean, do you collect any vintage toys? Dave, do you collect modern? Salacious, I know you have both. So here's one for all of you to answer, really, your respective answers.
My answer would be yes. In fact, here's just two close by. I've got this ugly ass one here, and I've got this cool squirting one. But yeah, I do, and I have some vintage from friends. Andy at Hollow Chronicle. I can never say that name. Chronicles. He sent me a bunch of vintage. Vern sent me a Clash of the Titans, but unfortunately, most of mine I sold as a kid. Oh, and I do have the massive Voltron with all the tigers, lions that go together. So yes, I 100% do, and I do plan on one day having a room like that guy up there.
Yes. Well, both of these guys here have got cool rooms.
I was inspired by the dude. This room is inspired by the dude because
that's cool, man.
It's a nerdery.
You see his videos and you see the lighting and everything. It's just awesome. And I thought, I need some of that.
That's awesome, dude. And I loved watching you put it together because that was it. It was so zen and enjoyable watching you, because part of the fun is not just having it, but it's designing it and then building it with your hands. I really, so if you guys haven't seen that, check out, was it a 3 or 4 part video series?
About 5 or 6 parts, actually. Yeah.
5 or 6 part. So yeah, but definitely check out the series because it's step by step of him building that room, and he did a fantastic job with it. I mean, you can see how beautiful it is. The lights are great. I really enjoyed watching that. And I guess since I'm talking, I'll answer. I don't collect vintage, so just Black Series and Legends. I did pick up a couple of the crossover Transformers, but I'm trying to just stay in those 2 lanes, and that's it for right now.
And I try and stay vintage. I do have a couple of modern items. I have a couple of items from Stan Solo, just to pad out the Star Wars collection. So if there's a figure that didn't exist in the original vintage line, then I'll add a couple of modern items. But generally, I like to stick with the vintage. I don't have. There just isn't enough space, time, and money to collect everything. So I say focus. Part of it. There's literally 50 different lines in here, but I say focus. I focus on the vintage.
Absolutely.
Yep. It was fun to see Shabby open a Marvel Legends this week, and he says that's his only one, but it's like festering in him now, right? It's just it's creeping inside.
Well, that's how it starts.
The one will lead to just one more.
Yeah.
And then, then next thing you know, it's coming.
Transformers.
Here's the thing, Shabby. You have the Obsidian Silver Surfer. Hang on, let me grab this. And of course I drop it. So Shabby, you have that Obsidian Silver Surfer, but I mean, what is the Obsidian Silver Surfer without the Mad Titan?
I mean, that guy just looks so epic. You have to get him, Shabby.
Okay, show the face though, the Old Man Thanos face. So the Obsidian Silver Surfer comes from the comic with Old Man Thanos there. So it's just not right, Shabby, that you don't have them together. I mean, that poor Silver Surfer is so lonely. He's just sitting there by himself. He wants his buddy.
Well, here's a question for all of you to answer. This is kind of linked to what we've been talking about. So, for all of you, if you could be tempted to start collecting another toy line which you don't currently collect, which line would it be? Which line would be first, and why?
Mine would be Transformers. I've only got 3, and my heart is in Transformers. I love them. And I've got Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Starscream, and that's where I draw the line. But every time I go in the store, I pick them up, look at them, look at the boxes, and I wish I could, go tell my missus, hey, I spent, $50 on this Transformer, but that just ain't going to happen because I'd be toast at that point.
Yeah, so because I want to say Transformers because I love the heck out of them growing up, but like the other thing I remember just really loving growing up was my Voltron, and I had the one with the all the different cats that would assemble. Voltron. And I saw Sean's the other day, and I'm like, oh, it just it's very, very tempting, but probably Transformers. I had G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe. I had Mask. I had obviously Star Wars. I had a lot of DC toys growing up. And there weren't as many Marvel toys growing up though as the other ones. At least I don't remember. But I'd probably go with either just getting that awesome big Voltron or Transformers.
Yeah, I ordered a $300 one, so I'm really interested in seeing what that's going to be like in September.
Mr. Dave, Mr. Rush.
Yes.
What can we tempt you with? What can we tempt you with?
Well, there are so many different toy lines already in this room.
Can we guess? Let's guess really quick. My guess would be maybe modern Star Wars Black Series.
No. My heart really is in vintage. I love all the Black Series. I love the detail on those figures. I love the scale of them. But
there must be a vintage line that you don't collect.
That I don't collect. Well, I think most recently I've started getting into Action Force. That is a new line that I've got into. There are some more obscure lines that I'd like to collect. One is Remco's Crystar, and they've got these really cool transparent figures, and dragons and stuff like that.
I've seen that. Line. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a line that I would like to get, but they just don't exist here in the UK. That's the problem. So
Yeah, I believe they have a TikTok
perfectly
page
happy.
where they display all those on a turntable, and they create some amazing stuff.
Yeah, they look amazing though. I don't know very much about them. That's part of the fun as well. I love when I get into a new vintage line, doing the research, working out what's what, how it's all related to other toy lines and what have you. But honestly, I'm happy with what I've got, and there's a few toy lines that I've started. Centurions I'd love to expand upon. Dino Riders, I'd love to expand upon that as well. I've just dipped my toes in those. So yeah, there's just so much. Who knows where I go next?
Well, I've dipped my toes in Mask, and I loved Mask when I was a kid. I think probably my second or third favorite line after Star Wars and Transformers. So at some point I'm going to go all in, because I've got some of the figures, and I've got like Condor and some of the smaller vehicles, but I want Boulder Hill. I need Boulder Hill in my life, and so I can foresee that happening at some point. So, but you're right. There's just too much. There's too much to collect, isn't there?
Imagine trying to collect all of it. If you did Black Series, Vintage, Legends, 3.75 Legends now, Transformers, G.I. Joe.
It would just be epic to be a millionaire or billionaire.
Yeah. If I could have.
But you would need a real museum, though, wouldn't you? If you had that kind of money, a proper museum.
Oh, yeah. It'd be awesome. That's why I don't really collect many of the play sets. I've held off on those purely because of the space. I have Castle Grayskull. That's pretty much the one play set that I do have.
Yeah, and that's very iconic. So that's
exactly. And I just don't. If you look at Retro Blasting's sort of area that he has, it's like a huge basement. I'd love to have a basement. We just don't have those here in the UK.
It's like the nerdery. The nerdery is
you have a basement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd love...
How many square foot is the nerdery, dude?
It's a whole here.
Yeah.
So it's just
we're trying to say you could
basement.
be like Retro Blasting. You can turn that into a museum.
It's like it's a whole basement here, and so you got the movie theater there, and then over here is just open space where this was like my daughter's play area, and then it comes around over there, and then hey, by the way, Moonraker, and then my Big Lebowski poster. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm a Moonraker apologist. I know it's not everybody's favorite Bond movie, but I grew up on that movie. I love that movie. So what's nice, I guess, because I've been thinking, I do want to expand, but I can start expanding down that way, and then the girls don't mind if I consolidate some of their era, because that actually
they don't mind. They don't mind. Hold on a minute. The girls don't mind.
Well,
they've got that
it's my house. They're desperate. Yeah, they just gotta puppy
you've bribed them a bit, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, they're almost 16 and 12 and a half, you know what I mean? Okay. So they're, it might be time to expand coming up here soon.
Shabby's right. If we were millionaires, would it take the fun out of collecting? Probably, because you'd just be,
I
don't know,
you want.
The best.
Yeah.
On eBay. Just
you've got to have some constraints, but I having said that, I would like a larger room. I would love the basement that the dude has there.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
It would be awesome because it does allow you a little bit more freedom. But hey, it's as Shabby says, it's all part of the fun. The hunt is all part of the fun. Yeah.
Right, so we're an hour and a half in. We normally do a little bit of a pivot now to have a brief discussion about what people have been watching. Do you want to kick us off, Dave? Anything interesting that you've been watching?
No, I don't watch that much TV these days. I did watch WandaVision, and I have started watching the new one, whatever it's called,
Winter Soldier.
Falcon Winter Soldier.
I don't want to upset anybody.
No, do.
I'm finding this the Winter Soldier one okay. I just I don't know. To me, it's fairly generic. It's kind of the typical. There's just lots of action and explosions and all that kind of stuff going on, which I love, by the way. We all love that sort of stuff. But to me, it's it just kind of goes in one ear and straight out the other, really, for me. I actually did prefer WandaVision. I thought WandaVision had a very unique take on its approach and its presentation. And I did very much enjoy that. And the other series I watched was Cobra Kai. I absolutely loved the original.
Yeah, I've been watching that recently.
The movies, and I think they've done a super job on the on Cobra Kai. I didn't watch it when it was on the YouTube. It was on YouTube Red.
Neither did I. Yep.
Didn't watch it.
I just started watching it about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it just blew my mind. What season are you on? Have you watched them all?
I watched them all now. Yeah. I love Karate Kid. There's a Karate Kid collection down here somewhere.
That's another piece of our time right there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, other than that, honestly, I've been watching everybody's YouTube channels. I'm watching less and less TV these days.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I've been. Sorry.
Go for it, dude.
I was say so. I've actually just been rewatching DS9. I'm on season 4. I'm just doing a rewatch, and I really enjoy watching that show at night, man. It's comfort food. It feels good. I keep looking at Cobra Kai, and I'm scared to start it. I don't.
You will.
I'm very hesitant to start. I don't know why, but I can't explain it. It just I'm worried that I might not like it, or it might stress me out. I don't know what
it won't stress you out. It will fill you with absolute joy.
It won't ruin the original films.
No.
If you don't like it, the original films are still intact. It's not changing any of that existing storyline. I think they've done it very well.
Yeah, in fact, I couldn't turn it off. It would be like 2:30 in the morning, and it's like, man, I have to turn it off and get some sleep. It was that good for me. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to give it a try. That's how I felt about Ted Lasso. Have you guys seen that? That show was a gem. I couldn't. I was. It was while I was in quarantine, and I just put it on one night because everybody was saying to watch it, and I ended up watching the first 5 episodes. And I had to stop myself and go to bed. But I watched it in 2 nights. I fell in love with that show. The show makes you just feel so good watching it. It is brilliantly done. It's if you guys have seen the American movie Major League, it's a very, very similar premise to Major League, but it's about what we call soccer, you guys call football. So
yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about that, but I don't have on Apple Plus, isn't it? I don't have that.
Yeah, the only reason we have it is it came with Apple cell phones we bought. We got a year free, so I was like, sweet, I'll give it a shot and watch it. And then I'm also watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. So Dave, just so you know, like we fully welcome a wide range of opinions on here. Like Sean and I disagree about certain movies, or and the cool thing is we're both right because it's our perspective, and I always say my brain is wired a certain way, and there's certain things I like and don't, just like everyone. And so like we actually want to have discourse where we don't agree, but we're just not mad at each other about it. It's totally okay.
If we move on like nothing happened.
Yeah, because people get mad, like, oh my God, you didn't like something I love. Like, and whereas I'm like, that's okay. Like, tell me why. And it's like interesting to get the perspective, because there's things I don't like, and I hear someone's perspective and it makes me look at it or appreciate it differently, So yeah, man, discourse is always welcome here because we're cool about it. It's totally good. But yeah, for me, I love Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love the buddy cop dynamic, the setup. It was a lot of fun watching them riff off of each other. And what I really appreciate is you have 3 different groups right now where they all have competing interests. So you have the new Captain America group, which is the U.S. government. You have Falcon and Bucky, and then you have the Flag Smashers. And what I think they've done an interesting job of, and no spoilers here at all for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, but they've made each group sympathetic and likable to where I at least identify with each group and I understand what they're trying to achieve. And now I think it's just going to bleed into, do I agree with how they're trying to achieve those means to an end? But my almost 16-year-old said the same thing to me. She goes, I agree with every group and what the principle is of what they're saying. And I think that's really good storytelling where somebody like the bad guy isn't bad because they're a bad guy. You know what I mean? It's like each one of them from their point of view is doing the right thing. And actually what they're doing or representing totally makes sense. And I really appreciate that type of storytelling, and it's layered. And so for me, I'm totally digging Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really enjoyed WandaVision too, but I'm enjoying this one a little bit more.
Yeah. I think it's definitely.
So Dave, how dare you? Dave, how dare you?
Yeah, I haven't seen
don't
today's
worry, I'm going to
episode
stick at
yet.
it.
It
I'm
was
going to
too
stick at it.
long.
I
I
think
put
it
it
will.
on
I
this
think it's going to
morning.
evolve.
Yeah, 50 minutes was too much for me, and I had to go to work, so I missed this morning's. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode. And WandaVision, like you were saying, it is so unique. It is a masterpiece, really, when it boils down to it. But a nerdery, he's kind of bitter about how that ended. But,
yeah, do you know, I love. Do you know what? Whenever I've watched this stream in the chat, I always love this segment because I in my mind I always call Dude Professor Dude at this point, or Professor Marvel. Because
I
and
do.
have,
I do. It's Marvel. It's Dude School. It's
yeah,
Dude
Professor,
School. Marvel
Professor
School.
Marvel, and I always feel like you should have a whiteboard at this point.
Yes.
Explaining how everything's like connected. In that I always love your insight into WandaVision and all these other shows.
Well, and isn't that part of the fun? Is just to enjoy. They're very well thought out, and there's a lot of things in there to discuss and pull out. And and you know, we already hit on this, but without this, I would just pretty much be enjoying it alone, like talking to myself about it. You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
like the same. I mean, it's the same. It's the same with getting this. Like, I'm gonna go up and show Mrs. Dude. She's like, "What is that?" You know. You know what I mean? But I show you guys, and you're just as happy as I am to have it. As you know, you guys are happy for me, right? And you're excited about it. Now Sean's like, "Send me that link. I need one." Right? So
I do, please.
I
instant
totally,
purchase for me.
But I mean that's the cool
Thanks to the
part of
government,
this, man.
And the stimulus.
So that's what's so much fun about this, is just sharing what brings us all joy. And again, man, I love that. Like Sean and I vehemently disagree on Rise of Skywalker, and totally, you know what I mean? But we talk about it, and it's cool because we get to learn each other's perspectives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what we need more of, is not being mad that we disagree, but like learning about why, like what are we seeing that's different, and sharing it and respecting that we have a different opinion.
That's good. A good segue into. I want to know what Sean's been watching, obviously. So we got that to come, but also want to know at some point, perhaps after Sean. Sean goes next, but then we want to know Dave's opinion on Star Wars and the sequels. I think I've never heard you talk about them, so
neither have I. It'd be interesting.
No, yeah. So Sean, perhaps you want to tell us what you've been watching first.
Yeah, I've been watching season 7 of the Clone Wars again to get prepared for the Bad Batch. Just the first 3 episodes. I've actually watched them twice in a row this week. And you know what? I'm loving these guys. They are awesome. And I'm really excited about where that story is going to go. So we'll have a lot of speculation and good talks when that comes out, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to talk about.
And then just Raya and the Last Dragon. I ended up buying that on Disney Plus.
Yeah, we did too.
And I fell asleep on that and just watched the beginning. But that's it, really.
And dude, Tina, I think, has encapsulated what we all want to say, which you need to ensure that you know this from us. We love your energy, enthusiasm. We're not knocking you. I love going to Marvel School. This is one of my favorite segments as well. So it's the enthusiasm and the passion that makes this all a lot of fun. And without it, it'll be boring. So
thank you, Tina.
Don't lose that enthusiasm, dude.
Well,
that's what makes the dude the dude.
Well, it's important to keep that spark from childhood, man, because otherwise you just, you know what I mean? Like it's still in there. You might as well try to let it out.
Otherwise, it's life in the bus lane, people. Okay.
It is.
We're not letting you off the hook, Dave.
Oh, hey, real quick, but before we put Dave on the spot, did you guys see Jen's comment about Shabby getting some legends?
Yep. As long as she gets to open a Black Series, each one that he purchases.
So I say let's put it to a vote to everyone, to the 4 of us as well as chat. So Jen said Shabby can get some legends as long as Jen gets to unbox them live, as long as Jen gets to unbox them on the channel. So I say, yes.
Yeah,
I want to watch that video, and I want my boy Shabby to get some legends.
I read that a little differently, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. She would open a Black Series figure every time he buys one.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if I can support that. I can't support that.
Yeah,
I still got that COVID. I still got that COVID brain fog. So bear Bear with me. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I take my vote back. I cannot support that. But I do support you opening the Legends.
There's loads of people that I haven't said hello to yet in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read everyone's comments. I just need to name some cool people that we've got in the chat. The Smoking Bear Studio. I've really got to know the Smirking Bear. I've really got to know the Smirking Bear well a lot over the last few weeks. Such a cool dude. Thanks for stopping by and supporting us, Smirking Bear. You're awesome. G-Force. If I didn't say hello to you, apologize. Another really cool supporter in the community. Josh, as always, one of our top supporters. Thanks, Josh, for coming and joining us. Clink, Anunarchy, who's one of my favorite dudes over on Instagram, who's known as the Vizsla Temple. Thanks for stopping by. You're awesome. Vader's Girl Cat. I was joking around the other day. I don't know how Kat manages to get on every stream, but she does. So absolutely awesome that you're coming on our stream as well. We really appreciate you, Kat. Thank you ever so much. Darth Mark was in the stream as well. All our wishes are with you at the moment. I know you're going through some interesting times.
I appreciate Brandon posting all the links.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. And Reynolds Reviews is in the chat as well. Hey, Reynolds, we've got Mr. Reynolds joining us actually in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be a really fun show. Chris Perillo again is in the chat with us.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
He's the only one on Twitch.
The legend.
Just can't believe that Chris still comes and joins our show. What
the
a legend!
3D printing maestro, Lego maestro. What else can we call him?
Dave, have you seen any of Chris Perillo's 3D printing streams?
I haven't yet. No,
Absolutely incredible.
To, but I haven't. I'm not on Twitch, to be honest, very much. So I missed a lot of stuff there.
Well, but, I think it's fair to say Chris has gone from a novice to like a 3D expert. He's printing everything. So a Vader Mickey Mouse crossover, nuts, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in the 3D printing. I think that's there's a real future in that, especially in the toy world. I don't want to get into the whole repro discussion right now, but I definitely think there's a place for that. So I've been meaning to watch his Twitch stream, so I'll definitely do that now.
Sleeping Collectibles is in the house. Sleeping, aren't you on the way to? Aren't you on the way to Disney? My word. Another really cool guy that I'm getting to know really well over the last couple of weeks.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, really appreciate it. I hope you have a good time in Disney, you and Space Buns. Make sure you have a good time. So without getting into I think we want to know your opinion, Dave, because you've got a sensible head on your shoulders, and you normally have a really balanced view. So so here's this. How about what's your overall feelings of Star Wars? Your favorite movie, and then how do you feel about the Disney acquisition and everything that's followed?
Well, okay, let me start out by saying I wouldn't call myself like a Star Wars geek. I know there's a lot of other guys out there who are much more heavily into Star Wars and into the extended universe. My world is really probably focused on the original trilogy, which I absolutely love. I will frequently go back and rewatch the original trilogy. I did go and watch the prequels at the cinema. I actually thought they were okay at the time. I thought, yeah, this is great. This is what I expect from Star Wars, and actually the prequels I will go and rewatch now and then as well. The sequels, unfortunately, I just switched off basically at that point. I did go and watch them all at the cinema, but it lost me, I'm afraid. And apart from seeing it at the cinema, I've never watched them again. None of them. None of the three sequels. It just doesn't do anything for me. So I'm stuck in my old world of a original trilogy.
So of the three, which is the best, you think, of the Disney? Well, of all the five, then, of the Disney.
Did you see Solo and Rogue One?
Yeah, Rogue One I absolutely loved.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved that film. Yeah, that was just awesome. So
that's probably the top?
Yeah, for me, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the others, they all kind of just blend into like one.
And obviously you watched The Mandalorian, I'm sure.
Yeah, right? I think Mandalorian, I think, is just a stunning piece of work. I really do. During season 1, I felt they were sort of finding their feet a little bit with that season. I felt like each episode was a sort of pretty distinct story in its own right, and sort of jumping from one to the next. But season 2 just next level. Really.
Yeah, that had a story all throughout that.
Yeah,
season,
all through. The characters really developed an awesome introduction of new characters as well. So, yeah, I love The Mandalorian, and I'm looking forward to what they're going to come out with next. Really.
So, how about the Clone Wars? Have you?
I've never seen the Clone Wars
or the Rebels
or Rebels. No.
Yeah.
No. Just never watched any of that.
If you're ever at a point where if you're looking for a new series to watch, I highly recommend Clone Wars. It's some phenomenal storytelling. There's some episodes here and there where could be argued to be skippable, but even if you, I would even say, even if you like Obi-Wan as a character, if you watched every episode that's involving Mandalore, there's a whole Mandalore arc where it centers around Obi-Wan. I think that is some of the best storytelling in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I consider the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars a movie. Because they basically they made a movie, and I would say that's the best movie released by Disney is the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars. The storytelling is that good, and I loved Rogue One. I actually really ended up loving Solo. I've watched that probably more than any other of the 5 Disney movies. I think it's just a fun movie. Rogue One, again, I love that. And then I'm with you on the sequel trilogy. Just I saw them once, and I'm good. They were not for me.
I've never watched them again. Since the cinema, and Solo, I enjoyed Solo as well. I think Solo was a blast. If you pardon the pun,
it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun.
It was a good ride. Yeah.
Yeah, I must check out the Clone Wars. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Clone Wars, and that it should build out the story.
It's good.
You should probably skip the first 3 seasons. To be honest, they're hard to get into.
I would too.
It is.
Yep. You don't have to watch them in order at all. Because we already know the end result. Anakin becomes Darth Vader. So
the Mandalore arc, I would totally watch that in order. But yeah, the Clone Wars, the releases are actually out of sequence to the order of, you have to Google it and see, because I can't tell you the calculus that's involved with this, but the release order episodes like 1 through whatever are not the actual timeline. So you actually have to watch them a little out of order. But again, if you just want to get into it, watch, you can Google just the Mandalore arc and watch it from beginning to end. And like I said, it's some of the best storytelling in all of Star Wars. And then it concludes with the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars series, which again, I think that is the best movie Disney made is those last 4 episodes.
Now, I'm excited about the new one coming out.
Yeah.
You remember the original Cartoon Network Clone Wars is coming on Disney.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
month.
seeing that again. Yeah, I remember watching it. I'm totally looking forward to seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah, the what's his name? He's got a funny name, hasn't he? The guy that's not a funny name. I just can't pronounce it. Someone help me out. No one else can. No one else can pronounce his name. The Gendy. Oh, I'm going to Google his name. The guy that wrote it, but it's a very stylized type of animation, isn't it?
Yeah. It does take some getting used to, but the story is what shines in that little Clone Wars anime. The story is just mind blowing because it has Asajj Ventress and Count Dooku training together, and it has a battle between Anakin and Count Dooku that is just incredible.
There's Dirge as well, and other people that weren't in that didn't make it over.
And Grievous slaughters 17 Jedi, in one room. It is just epic, man.
See, this is a great thing. I get awesome advice from you guys in the know. So yeah, I'm gonna look up the Clone Wars.
The thing is with the Clone Wars is they filmed it in a non-linear fashion. So each episode that came out, you were not following. It was all mixed up. So I think on Wikipedia, it gives you a canonical timeline of all the episodes. And it's I find it far more fun, interesting watching it that way. I struggle with it all out of order. I can't do it.
Yeah. One of the things that I really find amazing about that series, and Filoni, there's actually has done interviews on this, but he made Ahsoka purposely grading the first 2 seasons where you did not like her, and then she evolved and transformed, and now she's one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters. But he said it was purposeful for her to go through that transformation.
He said the fandom went nuts, and they hated her for the longest time.
Yeah, she was like, if you watch the first few seasons, like she's kind of grates on you, but I mean, to that point of that, they really built her up, and her arc is one of the best in all of Star Wars too. And she has some of the best one-liners in all of Star Wars as she ages. And then obviously, how cool was that to finally see her in Mandalorian, right? Like just. So Dave Filoni's a masterful storyteller, and the Clone Wars and then Rebels is really, it's just his opus. It's a beautiful, beautiful story.
So the chat have helped me out. The Clone Wars series that we were talking about is the Genndy Tartakovsky series, which is
Josh said that,
which is the mini anime series, and then the later one was the Filoni's, the Filoni version. So. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks also to Legion of Comics, who's joined us and helped me out. Thanks to OT in the chat joining us. Everyone's knowledgeable in this community. They've all come to my aid there. I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Seems like we got a big Clone Wars following in chat.
Yeah. Mark thought that Tartakovsky played That's tickled me. Did everyone see? I'm sorry, I just while we're talking about Shabby. Did everyone see Shabby's training video?
Yeah, dude, that was fantastic.
Oh no, yeah.
God. I had to rewatch it because I was like, what have I just seen? I had to replay it just to make sure that this wasn't some like some tracing
I'm gonna
flashback.
take my dog out. I'll be right back, guys.
Some flashback from the 90s. No worries, Sean, catch you in a bit. But that was absolutely hilarious. Lord Sadibin says, no, Tartovsky is not the new Liverpool manager. Anyway, I've tickled myself there, and now I don't know where I'm going. 1 minute. Go on, dude.
Oh, I was going to say, I wanted to ask, since we had that awesome Bond video today, which I thoroughly enjoyed from Dave.
Yeah.
So he mentioned at the beginning he grew up on Roger Moore Bond, and so did I. I was born in '77, right? So that naturally that was the first Bond we're going to watch. Even though I love and appreciate all of them, but I want to ask, what is your favorite Roger Moore Bond movie?
Oh, that's a tricky one. Moonraker is up there, but it's probably The Spy Who Loved Me, I would say. I think it changes. It changes depending on how I feel. There's nothing better than if you're feeling a little bit down on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
You're just going to chuck on a Bond, Roger Moore movie, and it will cheer you up.
Again, I love pretty much all the Bond movies and all the actors. I think they've all put their own touch on the role, but there is something about the Roger Moore Bond movies, and there's way more joy in them. I 100% agree. And I unapologetically love Moonraker. I mean, I have the poster in my basement, but I unapologetically love that movie, man. It was like James Bond in space. I mean, you cannot beat James Bond in space.
And it has Jaws as well, so you can't go wrong with that. Yep, Jaws.
Exactly.
I actually collected the novels because I really wanted to read Ian Fleming's stories to see what they were like, because often the films aren't directly accurate to the novel. And Moonraker is one of those. Moonraker is actually, I think, one of the best novels that Ian Fleming wrote.
Really? I've never read it.
No, but Moonraker, the novel, doesn't go into space.
No,
so they added all of that for the film, of course.
Well, didn't they add it because of Star Wars, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I read a thing about production that I can't remember what movie was ready to go, and they actually paused that movie and then did Moonraker in response to Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was all the rage right at the time, and the shuttle, of course, was all the rage as well. So
it was. All right. So, what's your favorite Roger Moore Bond movie then? And same to you guys in chat. Let us know your favorite. I'm sorry, not Roger Moore. God, COVID brain. Your favorite Connery Bond movie.
You Only Live Twice.
That's mine. No way, that's mine.
You
Yeah.
only live twice. What a record! I love that sample as well. I've played that record. You collect some vinyl, don't you, Dave? I got so much vinyl. I love playing that record. It's such a beautiful record.
It used to be the ringtone on my cell phone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to appreciate Sean Connery. Actually, I like you, dude. I was very much a Roger Moore fan. I grew up on those films, but the more I get into the early films, the more I like Sean Connery. I think he played Bond really well. He's such a cool character.
So cool.
Yeah,
he is so cool, man. I'll never be that cool. He's so cool.
I'm never going to be Bond. That's why I put myself. That's why I put myself in the opening sequence in the video, because it's the only time I'm ever going to be in that gun barrel shooting the gun.
That was awesome, by the way. All right, so we got so my favorite so far: Moonraker, You Only Live Twice, Salacious. What were yours? You Only Live Twice. And what was your favorite?
Live Twice, and for Roger Moore, it's got to be the White Lotus, which I think is Spy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or he had. I love the brown esprit he has on the follow-up film when they're in the Alps. What film is that?
That's awesome. Which one is that? That's which one is that?
It opens in
The View to a Kill.
No, that's a much later. He looks really old and tired.
My favorite was Roger Moore when I was a kid.
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about. Yeah, we all grew up on Roger Moore.
Yeah,
that Lotus with the vents, with the louvers in the back window, and he's got his skis on the top of the roof. Oh my god, it's just such a beautiful machine.
Of course, that's Jaws. Not you guys mentioned Jaws because he was iconic.
What movie is it? It's not Octopus.
Oh, here we go. This is.
Yeah, that.
There you go.
So this is Lotus. They're from East Anglia. Actually, there is a factory in Worcester as well. Not a million miles away from me, where they make some of the parts. The engineering doesn't hold up today.
Isn't
on these
that
cars.
where I'm from? Is Cambridge area, East Anglia?
East Anglia is like a flat part of England, not very densely populated. There's a lot of agriculture out there.
For your eyes only. This is where this is.
For your eyes only. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's another great one, man. When he goes, I love that car chase in Brazil where they're going down the hill.
Cliff too.
Yeah, that car chase is so cool.
Excellent that has the other famous Bond car, the 2CV.
Isn't that the one with Christopher What's his head, the Joker guy in that? Or no, who is it that's in that? Some iconic guy.
Christopher Walken is in a Timothy Dalton one. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. He's in.
No, Christopher Walken is in A View to a Kill.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, that's Dalton, right?
No, that's Roger. It shouldn't have been Roger, but he stayed on for.
Oh, that's right.
One too late, really. It should have been Timothy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so then what's your favorite Pierce Brosnan? Mine's GoldenEye. That's super easy.
Yeah,
GoldenEye. Yeah,
the game, the history, everything about
the game. Yeah. I love the hell out of that game.
See, that's going to be a historic game.
Oh, dude, that's all time. That's probably on everybody our age's top 10 list, I would say. I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely an iconic game just because it brought first person shooting into the front room and multiplayer first person shooting. So obviously there was first person shooting on PE long before that, but it was 4-player first person shooting that really, I think, made it an iconic game. Actually, a bit of a segue onto gaming, because I've wanted to ask a couple of questions, because you've got a background in computer engineering, haven't you, Dave?
Yes, I do.
Is that correct?
Yep, I write for a living. I write software for computers.
So do you have a history of video gaming? Were you an Amiga, an Atari person, or how? Yeah, give us a bit of insight.
My original my entry into the computer world was the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
My favorite machine at the time, and is still my favorite machine. I don't have one now, but I absolutely loved that thing. It was I loved gaming on there. I learned how to program. I was a real computer geek when I was younger.
Yeah.
And that's the 64 for the time was just an awesome machine. It had sprites. It had an amazing sound chip. The tunes that were produced on that thing and the demos. I don't know if anyone was into like the demo scene on those retro computers of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the soundtracks on those games, especially from Rob Hubbard. Does anyone remember him? Awesome machine it was. And then I did. I didn't actually get an Amiga. After that, I got an Atari ST, and I regretted it.
I had an. Oh, did you? I loved my ST. I know it was inferior to the Amiga, but I loved my 520 ST. Oh, you didn't like it? You were not a fan.
I mean, I liked it. I just I don't know. I think in my heart I was. If you chopped me open, it would say Commodore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do love the Atari 2600 though for a real retro experience.
Shocking games though.
Oh yeah, they are. They're terrible. When you go back and play them, they're not great.
Did you have a Spectrum?
No, but I have a Spectrum now.
Have you got the NX? Did you get involved in that?
No. I've got an original Spectrum. Is it 48K? I can't remember what it was.
48 is the little rubber button one.
That's right, rubber buttons. Yeah.
And then the integrated cassette one is you've got 128K and plus and yeah. So did you play much now, or are they in a box somewhere? Or
they're honestly they're in a box. I just haven't had much time to play games at the moment. But I got into the Retro Pi because I wanted to. The problem with trying to play with the old kit is that it's just a pain. You've got to maintain the hardware. You've got to maintain all the discs and everything else. Yeah. So in the end, I thought, well, I'm going to try and set up a Retro Pi for all the retro gaming, which I did. But I just haven't had a chance to play it. I love all that stuff. I love all the retro gaming. I love going back and revisiting, playing the old stuff, remembering. Well, there's loads of games that I played that I just forgotten I played. So when you go back to the catalog, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh yeah, that's cool. But I just haven't had the time. As I said, throughout the whole lockdown, I've been fortunate to carry on working. But so I just haven't had the time to indulge in all this stuff I'd love to.
Well, a bit of a shameless plug here, guys, but I've got really into my game streaming. So just a bit of a shameless plug opportunity here. I have been streaming every night this week the Telltale Walking Dead. I'm up to season 3 at the moment. I've got another 2 seasons to go, and I've got a little band of merry MoNKeY-LiZaRD MoNKeY-LiZaRD enthusiasts that are joining me. What a lot of fun it is playing those games. They're like comic books brought to life. It's all decision based, and I think people quite like watching the stream because I make dodgy decisions from time to time. But if you ever get an opportunity, if you ever, I know you like to, try different things, Dave. With your Lego stream that you did very recently. If you ever get a chance, have a go at streaming, game streaming. It's a lot of fun, and you kind of take people on. I think certain games work better than others. But I've been really enjoying it, and I've really appreciated everyone. Like Tina in the chat and Apprentice Walk and Sleeping. A load of people have been joining me. It's so much fun. I've really enjoyed it. So
yeah, so I think it's better than the TV show. The story is just amazing.
Yeah,
and the characters, it's just great. Whoever wrote that game is just really, really good.
So,
sorry, go ahead, Jude.
No, go. No, go ahead.
I was going to say I love those streams, Salacious, of yours, the gaming streams, because I really haven't kept up to date with the modern day games, and it's just amazed me what they're like now. Because my son, he plays, he's very much into his car racing, so he'll be on iRacing all day. So that's really the only kind of games I see. So to see all these story-based games on your stream, it's just amazing. It is like watching a movie. The scores that go with it, the story, the graphics, it's just awesome.
That's why they're so good, because they are next level, like a film.
Yeah, it's like an interactive.
Yeah.
It's an interactive version of a film. It's or a comic book. So sorry, little plug there. I wanted to just I wanted to mention it because
Tune in.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the things I know we threw out on Twitter that I would love for us to explore is us all hopping on Battlefront and playing together. I haven't played that game in a year, and I'm not very good at it, but I'd love to run around and play Star Wars with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's something we could swing, and we just how many people can you get in a room together? Because we could, if we could fill up a room,
I
let's
think
fill
like
up a room.
8. We could probably get out of the basement joining us too.
Yeah, we could see who just have it open. Whoever wants to come hang out and play some Star Wars, I think that'd be really fun.
100%. So I did my first. I've never played Battlefront multiplayer before. I've always played it on my own. But I did a one-off stream the other day and just said, "Does anyone want to join me?" And I had half a dozen people join, like Apprentice Ewok and a few other people. And I'm not very good. I'm not very good either, dude. But honestly, when you play multiplayer, it doesn't matter because you're all on the same team. You're all, you're on supremacy, whatnot. And it's good banter. So 100%, we need to set up a community Battlefront team. Maybe I can convince you guys to let me call it the MoNKey-LiZaRD Army, and you guys are going to join the army. And
I'm cool with that. I'm in.
I guess Mark is a pro. He's saying, and Brandon, they're experts.
Brandon definitely. I don't know whether Mark would qualify. Mark Shabby Geek qualifies as an expert, but I was just taking a mick out of him a little bit because I was watching him playing with Brandon the other day. But Brandon's definitely an expert, I think. Sorry, Mark. That makes Tina anxious. But yeah, we'll definitely need to do that. Maybe. Yeah. Here's something. Maybe I don't know if you can have teams versus teams, because perhaps we could get a MoNKey-LiZaRD Army team. MoNKey-LiZaRD Army team versus a Pally Boy team could be a future.
Could be a
lot of fun.
A future event there, guys. I know Mark's listening, so there could be some legs on that.
MoNKey-LiZards versus the Spit Roasts.
Yes. Mark says charming. Sorry, dude, I'm only messing with you.
I bought my daughters at Castle Crashers this week. I don't know if you guys have played Castle Crashers.
No,
but that's a pretty cool game. I could see you playing that run on a stream.
All right, well, I'll look into that, Sean. Definitely look into that. Thanks a lot. All right. So we're 2 hours and 7 minutes in. Shall we unbox?
Yeah, because my phone's going to die soon, guys. So.
Well, we all want to see Dave first, so come on. We all want to see that first. We want to see this Superman. So
yeah, all right. So it's going to be this 1978 Remco Energized Superman. What does it say? It says it has exciting accessories, includes some kryptonite, simulated X-ray vision eyes. I don't know. Let's have a look. So that's the that's what it looks like inside. So let's get this open. I've not actually opened this so far, so I'm intrigued to see what it looks like myself. It's coming out. There's no plastic crack, I'm afraid. But oh, there is some kryptonite. Okay.
Oh wow. What's going on?
Okay, so
it looks like it glows almost. That's kind of odd.
I think it might be. Yeah. What's that? That's weird. There's like some kind of red. Oh, what's going on there? That looks a bit wrong. Right. So, and just look at that face.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow, dude, that's awesome.
Wow. Let's get this. Oh, got some instructions on the back. Let's untie this. There we go. Your first vintage unboxing on the live stream.
Wow.
Comes with some kind of rope and a hook. So I guess it slides down that.
I wonder if you could hang him like from your ceiling.
That's what I was thinking. I think so. Probably from his belt. So.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think this has been opened before.
Oh my
word! Get in this camera, a little Superman.
Oh, is it a Superman ring?
Oh, what? Yeah. That is awesome.
I wonder if there's a commercial for that toy
wow.
somewhere out
What's
there.
going on here? There's loads of, I'm not quite sure how this, actually, you know what? This might plug in. There's a little wire on the end of this thing.
Never.
Has this got battery?
Looks like an audio cable.
Oh, there is actually a switch. Do you know what? I think it might need batteries. Oh, okay. Anyway, the articulation on this is limited, to say the least. There's none.
0 POA. There we go.
And that's a vinyl cape, it looks like, or what?
But it's got an awesome cape, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah, sexy. Sexy.
Yeah, so I've got to work out how this works, because there's also this wire on the back here, and there's a switch. And yeah, there's a little plug here. There's a little plug here for the kryptonite.
Smuggler says his face says he's been mistreated historically.
It does, doesn't it? Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I mean, look, let's face it. This guy has been stuck in the box since 1978 with some kryptonite. He's going to look like this. Maybe you should go to the other guys. I'm going to read the instructions and see how this actually works. And I might need to find a battery and everything else.
Okay, that's awesome. What an unboxing! I think you're on the top of the list of the best unboxing we've had on the show thus far. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Traumatized Superman. There we go.
Yeah, traumatized Superman. That's the pre Snyder cut CGI Superman.
Yeah,
he looks pretty cool though. Actually, I'm quite pleased with
him.
Dude,
but you know what? If we got that toy in the late 70s when we were 3, we would. I mean. Yeah, man, I would have flipped out to have that thing, and especially if I could hang it and swing him around and make him fly. Oh my god!
I think the idea is that you hang this rope somewhere, and he will literally just fly down like this on the back.
Oh, dude, you got to do a whole video on that. I want to see him soar, man.
I think I might have to. You guys unbox, and I'll see if I can work out if there's like a battery compartment or something.
1000 Ghost says, and I wonder if this is from an old school advert. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Who's next then? Sean, dude, who wants to go? I'm picking Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, in case your phone dies.
All right. So here we got Tila with Retro Play, and she has some
Retro
Play.
A
merman on the back, so you can see her whooping some ass there.
That's awesome.
And she comes with the same comic as always. So these comics are really cool, guys. Straight out of the 80s. And it looks like Tila has some rubber bands. But here is Tila. So she's looking pretty groovy.
That snakehead helmet is awesome.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool looking figure. Let me try to fix her head a little bit. There we go. It
looks like they took catcher's gear and combined it with like a cobra head.
But the face paint looks actually pretty darn good on that. So
she's buff.
I'm really glad to open this, guys. I definitely appreciate that because, this video would probably get, 30 views? Something like that. So, and she comes with a little staff. I'll just open this staff really quick. Oh, and a shield. So she comes with this little shield. Pretty cool. And, of course, her staff.
Oh, it looks like so cool.
Maybe a cobra or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
nice.
That's really cool.
That's Tila. We can go on to the dude, and I'll put her in some pose while I'm waiting.
Look at the dude's little face. His little face lit up there.
my little tired face. All right, so we got Cable from the Deadpool movie. So these boxes, for those of you guys who wonder, I like to open from the bottom because I save all the boxes. And then instructions, and then just slide right out. And then little bit of joy here with the plastic crack. Oh, I almost caught it. And here, oh wow. Oh, good grief. Sorry guys, I dropped the gun. There we go. All right, I'm back. Look at that. Look at that face.
That's a good sculpt.
Yeah, that is wicked.
Sleeping
Look at that face, man. And then he does have a rubber cape, but it sits on him. It's got a real nice mold to it, and it just sits on him well. You have the hood there. And then look at his his techno-organic arm. Really cool detail in that. And then look at all the detail in the suit, and it's got his kid's teddy bear.
Does that come off? Does the bear come off?
Sick.
Or?
What's up with the teddy bear? That's awesome.
It's his kids from the movie. So yeah, look, he's got all his tactical gear, and then what a cool touch to throw that teddy bear on there, though. That's really neat. A lot of tactical gear, and then super flexible. Those now not butterfly, but it's got double pin elbow, shoulders come out reasonably well, and then double pin knee. But even down the leg into the boot, I think this whole wave they did a really, really good job on. Just all the faces were spot on for the wave, and then just the detail, really, really impressive. Now, what I really need is the 92 X-Men Marvel Legends cable. That's on the Grail list. But so weapons, we've got this huge rifle here, assault rifle, whatever it is. Look at that big thing.
So how many weapons
look at the
does
gun
it come with? Yeah.
Different gun barrel. You have this one, and then I won't take them all out for time. But then there's handgun, shotgun, and is this just an accessory? Maybe this might just attach to the rifle or the shotgun. I'm not sure. And then he does come with an additional pair of hands, so he's quite loaded up. But then what's cool is he's got how many holster? He's got an extra holster here, which looks like it's for either the shotgun or the handgun. Really cool figure.
Super sweet. Super sweet.
Thank you, guys. I'm so glad I finally opened this. Look at that. Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Very cool.
Right, Salacious, you're up. Don't you come over here and manhandle me, Bob. Don't you bring those little sausage fingers over here and get me. I'm comfortable over here. Bob, I'm comfortable. Leave me. I'm comfortable. All right, Salacious. I'll move the camera. I'll leave him alone. I'll leave him alone for a bit. We'll do it off camera. I don't want to. He'll be a nightmare tonight, to be honest. So we'll do this off camera. So there we go. I'm doing the Blue Harvest vintage toy tip of opening from the bottom. I've just picked. I want the pork. I'm sorry. So and it's a snow trooper. Snow troopers, one of my favorites. One of my favorite troopers. So you get a 2-in-1 bit of love here. We got a crazy Christmas snow trooper. Mark's hating this at the moment if he's still watching. But look at this. Okay, let's get him out. Look at this dude. Look at this fella. What a legend. I mean, he's going to stand out on the battlefield, to be fair, isn't he? He's got target written all over him. But that's gonna stand out on the shelf pretty nicely. And now let's go for the porg. Let's get this porg out. Salacious is giving me evils. Just chill, Salacious. Look at this little porg. Look at that little thing. See, people aren't loving this, are they? I love it. See if I can put the porg on his head. No, it's not going to happen. And he comes with a big staff. Oh, the staff's pretty. That's not pretty great quality, but there we go. So, in this fantastic holiday pack that everyone loves, you get the porg, the snow trooper, and you get the staff. I like the translucent bit of the staff, though. So there we go. I think we're there. Come on, Salacious. You all right, fella? All right. That's better. It's better, thanks. Has Sean left us?
I think his battery died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I think he said his battery died.
So we've done 2 minutes and 18. 2 minutes. I didn't talk. We've done 2 hours and 18 minutes. So I think it's time to wrap. Let me put us back into a screen. Sean, yeah, he says, sorry, gang, I'll watch now. Josh says, it's spit roasting time. Oh, don't wind him up. Battery died. OT says Christmas in March. You'll love to see it, and that porg. I know they took a lot of stick, but I love crazy stuff. So Tina's loving it too, like the oddball stuff. And Mr. Baldry's in the house. Hi, boys.
Hey, what's up, John?
Hey, John.
Hey, John. Thanks for joining us. This is funny as well. Apprentice Ewok is thanking us for the stream. He is streaming. He's doing a test stream after us. And tomorrow, he is interviewing Bailey Taylor, who has just written her first book based on Star Wars. Brandon, let me know the time. He did message me. Hold on. It's in my Twitter. I want to make sure I get this right because we need to support creators. And I want to make sure I got the time correct for his stream tomorrow. Okay. He is on at 8:30 p.m. No, sorry. When are you tomorrow? Oh, 11 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. He is interviewing Bailey Taylor about her first book. Oh, we didn't. Sorry, Dave. Did you want us to show us something?
No, I it's an old-fashioned battery. I think it's down. I have one downstairs, but not up here, unfortunately. But he does hold on to the kryptonite, so I think it lights up when you plug it into the side, and then he flies off on his rope. I'm going to do a video on this guy, I think.
Everyone in the chat is asking for a video. So
you have to do a video on that, yes.
No, definitely. So Apprentice, just to clarify that then, Apprentice Ewok is doing a stream tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time with Bailey. Go and support him and support Bailey's new book if you can. As a new author, it's important to get some early sales, so we should all support that venture. Thousand Ghost is laughing at us at only doing a 2-hour stream, and that is because him and Brandon did a 6-hour stream the other day, which was mental. I did catch quite a lot of it, although to be fair, they were. Brandon was nodding off, I think, at one point, and Mr. Ghost went into history at some point.
That's when I joined. I found that interesting. When we were in the history lesson.
Yeah, I found it interesting, to be honest. So I'm all down for it.
Yep, it was.
Mr. Yunald, great show. Thank you, Mr. Yunald. Another fantastic supporter. Thank you, sir. Josh, John, Mr. Reynolds, great to drop in, boys. We enjoyed it.
Hi,
yes. Luke's coming on the show soon, so be great to have you, Luke. Thanks for stopping by. Blue Harvest, cheers, guys. Great guest, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah, we wanted to talk to you for a while, Dave. To be honest, I hope. I want to make. Has everybody seen Dave's Secret Santa video from me? Please go and watch that. I did consider doing a bit of a gag today, Dave.
Oh no!
But I didn't because I thought it'd be a bit harsh with you live on screen. But let's just say there may be a follow-up video that's kind of related to that in the future coming.
Okay.
So something to look out for. Brandon's just saying it's a children's book called Leia about a puppy by Bailey Taylor. Go and support him. Go and support Bailey. Smugglers says, awesome stream, guys. Thank you. Great to see you, Dave. We've got to have Smugglers on at some point.
Yep.
We're gonna be hitting you up. We want everyone on. That's the problem. There's too many cool people in our community. We want everyone on.
Well, we talked about it this week, like pretty like all of you guys. We want to have everyone on, and we just want to hopefully everyone can join at some point and rotate everyone through because it was awesome talking with Dave tonight, man. We chat all the time on Twitter. We watch each other's videos, and I finally got to talk to one of my new friends, man. So I love having everybody on to hang out, man. I so appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it tonight.
This is the first time we've been able to talk face to face, including Mr. Rum. Unbelievable that we haven't spoken face to face before. So awesome.
His face says it all. Look. Poor Brandon. Red Ranger Chris says another fantastic stream. Well, you guys make it worthwhile. We do, unless we had the community support, and you guys really do support us. So thank you. We won't get into any questions. We'll hold that collection, Steve-O. Steve-O, we want you on the channel as well. So hold up your questions, Steve-O. We're going to get you. We've got to get you on at some point. You're evading us, I think. Luke's looking forward to it. Tina Night Guys, great fun. Hoppers Creation says later. Thanks for stopping by, Hoppers. Another awesome creator. His dioramas on Instagram are next level. Great show. Thanks, Steve-O. Mr. Josh, good night, guys. Yeah, 11 a.m. Central Time with Bailey tomorrow. OT says, great stream, up the MoNKey-LiZaRD army. Thanks, OT. Yep, up the army. Brandon says the community is amazing. Just want to get through everyone before we end. Josh, thumbs up. Josh is throwing out some space bananas for us. Really appreciate it. If you give this video a like, we would all appreciate it. Imperial signing off. Josh, thank you. Mr. John, thank you. So we just want to end now
thanks
by
to,
saying,
I want to say thanks, Josh Wallen, too. Always appreciate you coming on and hanging out, bud.
yeah, thanks, Josh. Was it Josh that sorted out that new artwork
It
for
was.
us?
Yep, he was the first one. Yep.
Absolutely amazing. We really appreciate it. You can see we're using it because we love it. So thank you, Josh. Thanks to everyone in the chat. You guys have absolutely been awesome today. I've really enjoyed this stream. It's been great having Dave. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you for inviting me on. It's been fun as always. I mean, can't expect anything else really, can you, on this live stream?
Hope so.
So please leave us a like, leave us a friendly comment, subscribe to A Dude's Nerdery, Sean Solo, Oakhurst Studios, Salacious Rum, and Vintage Toy Rush. All the channels are in the chat, and all the channels, including Dave's, are in the description of this video as well. You can catch up with an audio version of this show, which will be dropping tomorrow on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. If you've got one of those podcasting apps, please follow or subscribe us and give us a review. It helps our show move up the charts, and we would really, really appreciate it. And that really just leaves me to say one final thing. Remember, MoNKey-LiZaRDs are for life, not for spit roasting. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.